Fucking asshole! Fucking shut the fuck up!
No, he'll just find any way he can.
This is like kind of Weasley as fuck.
Pathetic little wretch goblins.
You have a simple reason here. If you're gonna take shots,
So you want somebody to cam up?
That's disgusting.
He can't.
To
Let
be
me
fair to it,
respond.
mate, you're the one saying you're having meetings once a week as a consultant, talking about how they can like influence.
They have meetings on a regular basis to consult.
I mean, the scandal here is that Whick's kind of useless.
Okay, let's put it this way. If somebody donates to your stream and is supporting your general content, that is different from somebody coming to you, which happened with right-wing commentators, saying, hey, we like this, but we want you to push a particular angle, a particular story, because we want to get it out there, because that is the news and the narrative we want to spread, whether that is information or misinformation. We understand that as fundamentally different because you are being paid to portray that in a particular way. That's the difference. When someone sends in a super chat, they may have influence of, hey, I want to see more drama, but they're not like, hey, I want you to do more drama streams and I want you to shit on Katie. No one's ever given me money to specifically shit on Katie. And like, I think the way, okay, this right here is looks defensive because it's obviously different. Like, I just, it feels like it should be an easy thing to say, yes, I understand those two things are different, but Woo isn't giving me money. And to my knowledge, Woo isn't paying anyone to make particular content.
Not that I'm aware of, at least. Again, the times that she did, where she wanted to sponsor a stream where I talked about a certain issue, I revealed that again. I wasn't told to do it in any particular way.
No, but she did use that content for a narrative.
Yeah, she could do whatever she wanted with my content.
Yeah, but that's a clear difference of if I paid you to do, hey, I want you to hold 3 panels on why fucking Rezzi's fat. I want you to hold 3 panels on
I'll be on all 3 of them if you want.
Regardless of, I'm just trying to pick something neutral because there's people I want to shit on, but this is actually like, I feel like we need to get to the core of this. There is a clear difference, and then I take those streams and I go, hey, look, everyone's talking about this. Look how many people Whick got on this panel, and I just wanted them to make the content. I wanted to see it, but these people are here talking about how fat Rezzi is. That's what Brianna Wu did with those abortion panels. She was like, look what's happening with this panel right now. It was like because the topic was something that nobody in America was talking about, and Wu was pushing this narrative using those panels. I watched her do it on Twitter, and she framed it as, hey, the right are like having these conversations and want to have these conversations. You could barely find the fucking people to put on the panel. That's the difference. It's not organic content in the same way, and that's like it is feeding a political narrative, and that's why people have an issue with doing it. You are very upfront about being paid to create that content, but Wu is not upfront about what she is using that money and content for in the long term. That is the issue.
I don't know if I am struggling to see the substantive difference, right? Between let's use I don't know about Mama Max and what he did, but let's use the subject, right? You are financially incentivized to cover that. Your viewers want to watch that. Your viewers pay you money in order to watch that, right? And this, again, people go and take that content, take the clips of what you do, and they use it for however they want, right? Do they not?
Yes, but viewers aren't paying. No, but viewers aren't going, hey, I need you to cover this in a particular way so I can use that post-creation to frame my argument. No one is paying anybody with the Mama Max stuff. No one's going to Chud and being like, hey, I need clips from your stream of going over it so I can use it in my video as ammunition. That happens organically because it's Chud's opinions. And in the same way, like people are making organic videos in defense of Mama Max, you know, the fucking crazy people. But that is different from being paid to make content. It's in the same way, like, okay, let's draw it away from streaming.
I think you're trying to make it's a distinction without a difference. There is a distinction there, but it ends up in the same place, the same results.
Okay. Let me put it this way. If you put a panel together on, I don't know, fucking the sugar industry.
Sure.
And you said that the panel's topic was actually, we can use a real world example. companies pay for research groups to do research. The milk industry did this. They were like, we want a research study showing how healthy milk is so we can use it in our advertising. So they paid for that research to exist so they could quote it. Lots of companies have awards that come from a very particular awards company, which only gives it to that fucking company. Like, we understand that that is different from being given an award based on merit. Now, you might say that these look very similar, but their function is fucking different. And it's like significantly different.
I understand what you're saying, and it would be correct if I was told, oh, you need to make this kind of content in this particular way. What I was told, right? And I can't speak for anyone else, right? I can't speak for, maybe she's having conversations with other people that I'm not aware of. That's fair. I don't know. But with me, all it was is, here's this much money. I want you to put a panel together to talk about this topic. And these, in one case, she wanted Vosh to be on one. And that was all. That's all I was given.
Sure.
That's a fundamentally different thing and a fundamentally different accusation to saying that she's trying to direct, I need you to portray this in this particular way so I can get clips out of it to make dunks. Now, she was banking on the fact that the people who were on one side of the issue would play into certain tropes and things like that. And that's fine. But it's fundamentally not the same as a milk company making, saying to the things, we want you to find the benefits of milk.
Wait, no. So Vosh is like a part of, I hate to say it, the woo experiment, right? And so, like, no, she is making the content if she's putting the content, like, Vosh is bigger than anybody else that was on that panel, right? Like, by a lot. So, like, this was like, you know, knowing you, like, she had Vosh on there so you could find anti-Voshites to argue with him, which allows for the pet project to go further, right? Like, I think that's what Beckett's trying to say. So, like, she is, if they're making stipulations like that, then yeah, I think it continues, right?
Yeah, I think it's because she wants that content to exist. If you hadn't made that, if you hadn't been paid to make that content, if a chatter had chatted you and said, hey, I want to, like, actually, even if it's not woo, but if a chatter donated to you and said, hey, I want you to make a panel on this thing, you might do it. But at the same time, if it was a topic like this where there's no real,
I can get Vosh on you if you cover this topic. I can get Vosh on your show if you cover this topic. Almost certainly, I'm going to cover this topic.
But yeah, but you want to do that without the pay, but you still got paid for it, which is
sure, and I disclosed.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I think that because there's an attention behind it, and in the same way that, what's the way to put it? Like, let's put it this way: if that abortion panel had come out and I don't know, had been a radically fucking different conversation in its framing, I'm not sure how you'd radically frame it, because like abortion is one of those topics where I almost don't fucking think about it. But a radically different framing, Wu couldn't have used it, right? Like if you'd had a conversation on, because like you gave prep for those questions with us of the sides we were meant to take. You didn't do your general thing of pulling people in and going, okay, cool, well, you guys believe this thing. You needed people on that panel to have that conversation. Admittedly on a topic that wasn't really being talked about, that Wu was paying for, so that content could exist, so she could go and do something with it. I do not see that as fundamentally that different as paying someone to create a study for you, so you can then use that study as marketing. Because that's what Wu did with that panel. Now, you might be completely innocent in that, but you have been used in that way.
Like, there is no difference between your audience giving you subs and super chats when you cover.
There is, because she is a political operator, pretending that Wu is just. No, I'm not.
I'm not. I have no affiliations.
You are not. But regardless, anyone can. If you give me money to cover a topic, I'll cover it for you. this is an open offer. It has to be enough money. I won't do it for $10. But if you give me enough money, I will cover a topic for you. I
Okay.
can't promise you that the topic will go how you want it to go, right? I can't guarantee you that whatever side you want to win will win in that debate, but there is nothing wrong. And this idea that this is some sinister black plot by the Taylor
It's not.
Swift.
No one's saying you're-
You're being really.
Oh my God,
hyperbolic
stop.
about it. It's
Unethical
not
or
about
immoral thing.
It's not about
Taylor
some
Swift
insane
shit.
fucking plot, Wick. It's about the fact that
Do you think
there
it's
is
unethical what she did?
there is- I never said it was unethical.
Okay, do you think
I've
it's
never
moral?
said it was unethical. I've never said it was immoral. I've said people have an issue with the idea of a political. Okay, because your panels are staged as essentially people being able to come on and talk about their opinions and come to conclusions because you are a free speech platform. Yeah.
Mostly.
So that is your branding. So that branding has value. The fact that Woo has a piece of content made by a channel that is branded as independent and then uses it for a political goal, because she is a political operator in a way that I am not, in a way that other people in the space are not. She is working with politicians to push a media narrative into the media for elections, for drumming up vote and support. There is a difference there. And like the issue isn't that Woo might be paying people, it is that Woo is coming into the space, into the political commentary space, to promote to essentially politicize something which is essentially independent and apolitical. Yes, there are left and right wing people,
Right.
but the space itself is like essentially like the creators within it are going to have very
You think
general.
I'm apolitical?
No, I don't think you're
Do you
apolitical.
think my stream is apolitical?
I think if you're a free speech platform, yeah, the idea that you could be used as part of Democrat propaganda is inherently a bit fucking weird, don't you?
No, not at all. That's part of free speech, baby. Is I get to use my platform in the way that I want.
But your
Yeah,
branding isn't for that. Don't like if you your branding
you
isn't for
understand
that
here?
thing. Like
What don't you understand here? Part of free speech, right? And my branding is to have conversations, but I have my, and people criticize me for this, but I jump in all the time because I have an opinion on, usually, and sometimes I don't, but I have an opinion on the topic at hand, and I want that opinion to do well, right? I want my opinion to do well, but
okay, then you are not an unbiased platform.
I also want to hear what the other side really thinks, right? I want to hear that as well. I'm not just a one no Andy here.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
to think
You're
that
a
I'm not like a
platform where
political
you want
actor
when
is
you
what?
want to hear what the other side has to say, and on that platform, promoted in that way, a piece of content was created where the other side did not get to voice their opinion because you couldn't find anyone to voice those opinions on that side. You found people for the opposition, but when the side I was on, we were both people with like either taking a devil's advocate position or were very light on the topic. So it's not really hearing the other side's position, and your branding is for that, and then Woo gets to take that branding, your credibility, and our voices and pose us as, hey, this is what the right's saying when it's not. That's propaganda. You're complaining about misinformation when your content has been used to spread it. Do you not see that as a fucking issue?
I don't see it as a fucking issue. And I think this framing is just dishonest on its face. To idea, you do know right now that Brianna Wu could be listening to this. She could take clips of this, right? And she could put it out and say whatever she wanted. And she wouldn't have to pay you a dime. This could happen right now. I could do this. Rezzi could do this. Any member of this audience could do this.
I
They
am
could take
doing
these
this.
clips
Of
to
course
use
they
them
fucking
for
could.
however they want.
Okay, well, the reason I'm getting frustrated is because you're denying that there's a difference between these things, where there very, very obviously is, with people who are prepared to spend any amount of money from like the professional world to get something out of the content. Like, again, my framing's becoming more hyperbolic because like I feel like you're denying what is an obvious reality. Because there is a
what you're
difference
doing is
between.
you're framing it in a very dishonest way to point it out as sinister and imply that it was. You're not saying it's unethical. You're not saying it's immoral, but you're implying that it was a negative thing. You're implying that this was some sort of plot, right? Where
I'm not.
really
I'm not
it was
implying
a
that.
financial exchange. Here's
But I'm
some
not
money.
implying that.
Talk about
I'm
an
not.
issue. I talked about an issue.
I think what's frustrating is the way you're defending it makes it sound more like a plot. The point is, I'm not accusing you of having an agenda. I'm saying that Brianna Wu is not spending money fucking randomly to get nothing out of it. She's not just being nice. She's not fucking stupid. So again, there's a difference there, isn't there? Like again, like from the
Do you
wants
think
and
that the
desires.
people that pay you are doing it to be nice and they'd expect nothing out of it?
Well, no, but there's a vast
Okay.
difference.
No
No, but
shit.
there's a vast difference between people wanting me to,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, do
One
something
you
that
like. Here's the
entertains them
difference.
in some
One you
way.
like and are okay with. One you are you have issues with for whatever reason. That's the difference.
No, that's not the difference at
That's
all. The difference.
absolutely the difference.
No,
It is.
What?
It just is. It's just true.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. So you see no issue with if I went and paid somebody to create a load of propaganda on the Israel-Palestine war and lie and take pictures from Syria and say that it's from Gaza. If I
I
paid
have
for that,
problems with the lying. What did I do that was a lie? Or what did Brianna Wu pay me to do that was a lie?
okay. Would you accept that framing that panel that we had as me as one of the right-wing voices who was anti-abortion is
If she
disingenuous?
calls you right wing, you're not right wing, I don't think. Can you show me where she called you right wing?
I'd have to find the fucking tweets.
Sure, please do.
But like that's from fucking ages ago. It's
Okay,
like
because if she called you right wing, that was a lie.
no. She said this is the conversations happening in the right now to frame this at the time around that panel. That's what she used those conversations for, to highlight a conversation that, as far as I'm aware, is not actually happening.
Show me the tweet.
Okay, well I have to. It's from fucking months ago. I'd have to dig it up.
No, I don't mean
Like,
tonight. You don't have to do it right now, but eventually, show me the tweet. So I can look.
Like the thing is, like, okay, what's
'Cause
frustrating about
if I'm
this
going to
is
respond to this tweet, I want to know what it is. I want to know what it says.
Yeah, but okay, but there is clearly a difference. I'm not trying to paint this as nefarious. And again, I haven't at any point sat here and said you're receiving undisclosed woo bucks. The problem is that, like, I guess the problem in this conversation is what you're framing as disclosed sponsorship feels like something it isn't, because it's not the same as Lex Friedman giving you 50 quid, right? I don't think this is the same thing.
Well, it was like it wasn't a donation. It was an exchange. Like, here, host this panel, and I'll give you money. Okay, boom. I need you to find people who are willing to at least steel man this side, right? And I need you to find and here's Wash, and I think in the one you were in, here was this other guy that she put me in touch with, who she asked to do it as well, right? That was the whole thing. Now, this is how I host panels all the time. If someone wants to talk about a certain issue, like No Opinion is a good example. No Opinion came to me and was like, hey, can you put me in touch with Destiny? And we can have a talk on something. And I asked him what he wanted to talk about. Let's talk about geopolitics and make fun of Hassan. Okay, I went to Destiny. Hey, No Opinion wants to talk to you about this, right? That's just how these things work, right? There's nothing nefarious about it. There's nothing wrong about it. There's nothing immoral about it. I bet you that both of them are going to use those clips or clips from that channel in the content and use it and promote their belief systems.
Okay, but
sure that's going to happen.
But there's clearly a difference between an individual or a streamer promoting their particular, or wanting to promote their particular belief system, to a political operator. Like, there's clearly a difference there. If there's actually, do you know what? If there is not, then Brianna Wu almost doesn't matter. She isn't I don't understand
it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. It's the fact that she can reach more people than I can. So her voice is louder.
I'm sorry. Okay, what's your take then on Brianna Wu being in the space? Like, do you think she's just doing it for fun?
Sometimes, look, she's been on some silly panels with me, right? Like that have nothing to do with
Sure,
politics.
but she's clearly thinking about her public profile.
Sure.
I don't. Maybe I'm just
Wait.
giving her too
Probably
much
true.
credit.
There's probably
She's an op.
things where she wants to. Look, I came into this space wanting to change this space, right? I think a lot of people do. They come into this space saying, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to change the conversation. No, I absolutely think that she came in with that, right? But that's no different than a lot of people who come into this space with those
But you
things.
understand
like
people's concerns.
she's a political operative, and there are different rules for that.
Sure, what rule is okay, can you give me an example of a rule that she has broken or you allege that she has broken here?
Probably like FCC filing things is probably going to be the argument here.
An
right?
FCC filing
FEC,
things.
Federal Election Commissions, right? Because there is the
You're
off
low.
chance
Can
that
you
she
turn yourself
actually
up?
can't do
Yeah.
certain things that she's done. I think that like a lot of the criticisms that you're getting are from the 2 panels, right? That you did them on Twitch. And I mean, at this point, it's past. I think the VODs are gone, so it's like not like...
No, the VODs are still up. People can report them if they think I've done something wrong or nefarious.
Okay,
But
that
you
would
know
make
what?
them a fascist,
But
though.
you know what? There was
You know, like that's what you're gonna
nothing
say.
wrong or nefarious with it. Like
Mhm.
they were within the rules. I broke no rules. No one broke a rule. Now the FCC filing stuff.
Do you think somebody
I don't-
not getting
I honestly
banned
don't
means
know
that
how
they didn't?
she's filed. it.
Sure, okay.
my
Like,
business.
but
Go
there's
ahead,
places
Beckett,
where
please.
doxing's
Sorry.
legal. If I've not broken any rules, like if I actually don't know, I
but
clipped out of context.
Rezzi
but,
was
like-
talking about rule breaking. That's why I'm talking to him right
I'm
now.
saying that
about
this
what
is like a
rule is
large
broken.
part of the criticism of people is that there is a rule that you broke TOS, but
I know, but it's from people who aren't serious, right? So I don't.
I mean,
care.
why do you think they're unserious?
Well, who are making these? I know F-Bombs has. I know KUIHMAN has.
Yeah,
I know.
well, I'm talking about the latter, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not
Mhm.
serious.
Okay, but I'm not throwing you KUIHMAN's criticisms.
Sure.
I'm not.
That's why I'm not talking
you
about
know.
rules with you. I was talking
No,
about
I'm-
rules with Rezzi. So let's talk with you. The morality. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So, because again, it's not just a morality thing. It's maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just rules of the fucking internet. But like the same thing happened with right-wing commentators, where like a lot of people from that old sphere seem to have got an awful lot of backing from certain places, and then changed their message and taken their audience with them. And people have an issue with that because it seems to have allowed people to come onto certain platforms and radicalize certain groups. And that wasn't just fucking innocent, oh, let's just have a conversation. That's how it was framed. That's how people like JF and Richard Spencer framed it. But they had fucking agendas. And the thing with like the Brianna Wu thing, and possibly why, you know, like it should be recognized as different, is when Brianna Wu comes in and networks with a load of content creators. And I think it was the Connor video that I saw where he's like, I'm going to be working with Brianna Wu, and we're going to be doing this. I've personally been told by somebody, and I've said this before on stream, and I can confirm it wasn't you, that, hey, I don't know how much I can associate you right now because you shit on Wu too much, and that might put my relationship with her in jeopardy. So I'm just saying that's been said to me.
I understand it's been said to you, but I can look. Here's a great example. Lav.
Sure.
I have Lav on my. Lav and Brianna Wu hate each other. Brianna Wu will not work with her at all. She won't retweet anything or promote anything. She won't be on my show with Wu. But I have Lav on anyway because I want Lav on for various reasons. Like this idea that Wu won't work with you if you have certain people on has never been communicated to me in any way, shape, or form.
I don't think it is.
You literally said that that's not the case. That like she's paying you to influence the content you do, and that everybody does it. So why is it different?
Again,
you can't
she
do
paid me
both of
twice.
these, Whick.
She paid me twice, right, for 2 panels.
Okay.
Well, once for each panel, right? So twice in total.
Okay.
Twice.
Okay.
I disclosed it each time.
Okay.
On the beginning of the stream that I did it to let people know that this was paid for content.
Mm-hmm.
I was.
Yeah, but
has she is that the only time you've received money that at some point was directed by Wu?
directed by Wu.
I don't. Yeah.
That's the only time she's paid me.
Okay.
Directed by Wu, like the PV stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you said
Like the
she doesn't
progressive
work there
victory shit.
anymore,
Yeah.
and they're still paying me. So
Wait, who's paying you?
Progressive Victory,
Oh.
not for
Right.
content.
Okay. So
For
Okay.
for the content house, for the content house thing.
okay, but you are still receiving money from a political pact.
Sure.
Okay, so that's fine. You're disclosing it. What I think what comes down to the core of the criticism.
But it's not for my
Is-
content.
Yeah, but the core of the criticism is that once you're receiving money from something, that might have an influence on you. Now, it might not be, but it might not be. But from a viewer perspective, when you came in and started this conversation and said, you want to talk to me about the Woo Bucks thing, the
Yeah.
concerns most people are going to see is, you're receiving money from these people. Surely that is going to have,
Woo
like
isn't
what's that money
paying,
for?
like,
I'm not
the
saying that Woo's paying you.
connection-
But her pact, okay, let's be clear. Woo wasn't paying you, but the pact that she until recently was in charge of was. Like this seems like a differentiation without a difference to some extent, at least from an audience perspective.
I mean, she put me in touch with the people who do pay me. Yeah, absolutely. I networked that. That's true. That happened. But again, that she wasn't in charge of that at all, right? She wasn't.
Are we allowed to know what the money is for?
Huh?
Are we allowed to know what the money is for? If it's not for the content, what is
yes.
she paying for?
I'm a contractor. I go in a meeting and they ask me my opinions on how to promote content, and they ask me sometimes to promote like the hype house thing, right? And to kind of sell my audience on it and things like that. Yeah.
Okay, so you are promoting a particular type of content to your audience, whether it is your main content or not, and that seems to be like the thing I'm talking about that may be an issue. Now, it may be disclosed, but it still seems like a disconnect, right?
Why is
Like-
there a disconnect? Like, what is okay? What is wrong with someone, a sponsor, right, or anyone, right, saying, "Here's some money, right? We want to meet with you once a week, once a month, whatever it is, right? And we want to talk to you about a certain subject." What's wrong with that?
It's not. There is nothing wrong with it. I've not called any of this immoral, but at the same time, it's you are positioning yourself as having your own opinions and your ideas, and those may fully align, and I expect that they do. But let's say something comes up where you want to cover something that's gone wrong in Progressive Pact, like Brianna Wu leaving, for example, or whether there's drama behind the scenes there, or someone wants to talk about it. Are you able to still have those conversations? Now, you don't need to tell me yes or no.
No,
I'm
I'll
telling you
answer
the
any
questions
question you
people
have.
are asking.
Ask
Okay,
your
cool.
question clearly. Yeah, please.
Okay, so well, let's just take a test question. Why did Brianna Wu leave Progressive Pact?
I honestly don't know.
Okay. Would you be prepared to do content covering that and digging into it? I'm not asking you to, but I'm just asking whether you would be prepared to do that.
How
yeah,
much?
but I don't do that kind of content. So yeah, I don't think.
Well, how much would
Yeah,
somebody have to
I
pay you
mean-
to do that type of content?
Huh?
How much would somebody have to pay you to do that type of content?
I don't know. Tell you what, you give me $1,000,
Uh-huh.
and I will try to get Brianna Wu herself on to talk about it. How's that? I can't promise. She might say no. $1,000.
The thing is that you are in some way attached to a political pact. You bill yourself as a free speech platform,
Mhm.
but that runs counter to the fact that, in the same way that I don't trust a think tank if it's attached to a political party, I'm not sure I trust a streamer to be to provide a fair base for an apolitical conversation or for me to view my opinions if they are paid by a pact. Now, whether you are doing that or not, and I'm not making a claim in either direction, that is the thought that runs through my head, and that's going to be true of an awful lot of people.
I mean, look, if you think that someone like should I
Not someone,
trust you?
a political pact.
Okay.
It is
You're
different
paid
from
by the
being
government
sponsored
of
by
England?
Raid Shadow
Yeah.
Legends.
The England pays you? The government? You're paid, but you're in a government organization that people pay you, correct?
Well, I've
Yeah, you
never
work for
said
the
whether I
government
work for the
somewhere?
government or not. I work for a company.
Okay.
We like occasionally we deal with projects to do with government stuff. Sure.
Okay, so the government pays you. Now I'm thinking in my head, maybe I can't trust you. Because the government pays you. Why should I trust what you're saying is in any way, shape, or form, right?
Well, that's why I never talk about environmental stuff, and why I generally don't talk about any environmental. In fact, I do not talk about any environmental policies to do with the British government because it would be massively unprofessional for me to do so. It's why when anybody asks me to talk about anything environmental, I always say no. Because I understand that I have A, an innate business bias, and B, an industry bias towards those things. It makes me bias in how I would talk about those things, and I have you cannot just trust me as a random conversation. You can't come to me as a climate change denier because I will tell you you're a fucking idiot. Because even having that conversation could do damage to me. I understand that, so you cannot trust me to have an honest conversation with you. And that is exactly the same position if you are paid by a political pact. So by your own standards, yes, this is exactly...
Absolutely not. I can trust you, right, to have an opinion on a thing and to do a stream, because as you said, this isn't what you're being paid for. Much the same.
If you stop streaming, they'd stop paying you, right?
To make the content, right?
If you stop streaming, they would stop paying you, right?
I honestly don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. All I know.
Do you think that do you think it's realistic to think they would stop paying you if you stop streaming?
Oh, probably.
Okay. All right.
But if I stopped having, let's make it more clear. If I stopped being an influencer of some sort, if I withdrew from the space and I had no connection to anything in this space, I didn't tweet anymore. I just stopped. Yeah, I can imagine they could stop paying me.
Do you have a certain amount that you have to do?
Again, the only requirements, the only hard requirements is to come to a weekly meeting. That's it.
Okay. Do you understand that if I had conversations about environmental things that could become public, it could do damage to me, and that's even positive conversations.
It could, right?
Yeah, so that's why I don't do it.
That's fine.
And if I was, and also, people might have questions if I started talking about or promoting a particular project.
I can get damaged by talking about certain subjects, right? Like if I, you're never free from possible getting blowback from either your audience. Me talking about Israel and Palestine, I didn't get paid shit for that, right? But I had blowback from that from my audience, right? A lot of my audience left me because I talked about Israel, Palestine the way I did, right? And that's fine. That's their thing. But that was a danger of talking about it, of entering the arena in the topic. I understand why you don't talk about this, right? Because it might affect your job. It might affect, your audience and things like that. I get it. It's fine.
Yeah, I take that coverage to make sure that my boss is fully aware of what I'm doing.
Sure.
Because again, anything could happen in the future. I have to declare these things on taxes. I've just paid my fucking taxes, and it was a pain in the fucking ass. All these little things. But the point is, you're asking me whether I think it's reasonable. Well, from my experience, if a topic comes up, and again, I want to be fair to you and say that I think you probably would have an open discussion on it, partly because of how your show is, partly because of how you're you are. I want to give you that credit, but I'm not saying that everyone that Progressive Pact pays, because I don't know everyone, would take the same stance. I think some people probably would run defense for that money because, if you're making bank, a lot of people don't want to bite the hand that feeds it.
I can't speak for what anyone else would do.
But the problem isn't you. The problem is the Progressive Pact.
The idea of a political activist or a political party sponsoring a stream. What do you have a problem
on Twitch? It's illegal to do that. Yeah, there is actually it's actually illegal to do that, and because of again, it's one part of Twitch's TOS, which is what there is. So yeah, there is a little bit of a problem because I think a lot of us here
read the thing.
Political content, including trade promotion of politicians, political parties, or issues of public debate.
Sure, I didn't promote. I was never paid to promote a political party. I was never paid to what was the other one?
Issues of public debate.
Yeah, I was never made to promote one side or the other. I was never paid
when you did the
I don't get paid to tell people how to vote. I can
Okay,
tell
I understand
people
that.
to vote.
So I got a
Right?
question for you. When you
Sure.
did the Vosh debate, did they give you the topic?
Yeah, I got the topic.
Okay,
Yep.
all right. So yeah, I think that's what a lot of the arguments against this specific part
Okay,
are
but there's
hinging around.
nothing in the rule that someone can't pay you to discuss a topic.
It was a abortion, right? Which is an issue of
No,
public.
Contraception, that was it. Fuck me.
That's still,
Yeah, 'cause
yeah,
this
that
is the
was a
reason no one was
relevant
talking about
part of issue of public debate at the time. You had like several politicians
So when they say
that were starting to talk
promote,
about not doing that at the federal level.
when they say promote, right? Like you are allowed to pay someone to discuss a topic. What you're not allowed to do is pay someone to promote. Like they couldn't pay me to tell people to vote for Biden, for example. They couldn't do that. Right?
Okay.
They couldn't tell people they couldn't pay me to tell people to vote no on Bill 642. They couldn't do that. But they can pay me to discuss it.
Okay, but
you realize this is the point that Beckett's trying to make, is that when you're sitting in a political space with people who are generally not sponsored by politics, you would say that it's relatively a recent thing that we've had political parties actively move in to the space, a space that like builds itself a lot of times on genuineness, right? That this can come off as ingenuous to other people.
This is the influencer thing. You might really like the product you're promoting, but the fact that you are promoting that product in itself leads to
yes,
like
every time I've been paid to promote a specific product, such as or to talk about a specific issue, such as contraception, I disclosed it.
Yeah, but it's not just the disclosure; it's the fact that it's happening at all with this. In the same way that people like disclose, obviously, that Raid Shadow Legends are paying them to promote Raid Shadow Legends. People are still like, oh, you took a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship.
Yeah.
Oh, you may disclose that you took a sponsorship for a scam company that sold you land in Scotland so you could be a lord. You still took the sponsorship, whether you fucking disclosed it or not. You still promoted something to your audience with like through your branding, and like it or not, Whick, you have a brand and people recognize you for a thing. That is why you have value.
Sure.
So that value has used, and whether you like knew what that content was going to be used for, and I don't believe you do, like, and I don't know whether Brianna Wu intended for that product content to be used as a way for her to tweet out about contraception and promote it as a conversation that was happening, so she could push a narrative. I'm not, but
like, are
it
you
could
mad
look
at
that way.
political ads during the Super Bowl?
No, I don't watch the Super Bowl.
Like, it just feels like you're taking umbrage at this, right?
Do you want me to be
it's
honest?
something that is done
Yeah, go ahead.
consistently everywhere, right? Companies, political actors, people pay, right, to promote things or to even just discuss things. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
But there's a difference.
So no, Beckett,
eyes.
I'm sorry. I'm like kind of getting a little agitated. I think that one of the good things about the space, like that this was, that commentary is, whatever, is that people are kind of being themselves. And for better or for worse, right? Like every once in a while you get a food shop. Sometimes you get like all sorts of crazy shit where people say that. But like, again, having some external force that's going ahead and having
But
a lot
you have
taking
an external force that does this. It's your audience.
Yeah, but it's like one external force that is like tactic dropping like through this whole thing to go ahead and do this promotion, right? You understand how it makes a space seem less genuine. Okay? Like that's what it is.
Genuine. I'm going to be real with you. No one thinks this space is genuine because we all know we all are to a certain extent captured by our audiences. Our little audiences pay us to do certain things, and we go along with it, right? They pay us
I just
to
do
cover
fucking
content
content now.
That's what they do. That's what you get money for.
No, do you not enjoy it? No, I just do shit I fucking enjoy doing.
If you stopped covering drama content, do you think you would still get the money that you get?
Honestly, I might actually make more because I actually have people that pay me directly to do gaming content. No, that actually was, and I actually bring that shit out, right?
I don't give a fuck about the money I earn. I'm literally switching to a platform where I'm unmonetized with I have moved my content away from things that people want.
You were demonetizing yourself, and that's fine.
Yeah, but the point is,
do you have a problem with people making money in this space?
I don't have a problem with people making money in this space, but at the same time, I do have a problem with the space being viewed purely as a money making area, because I think that is antithetical to an awful lot of the foundational genuineness. This is also why people get annoyed at people like Pokimane and even Hassan, because a lot of it is huge.
Issue with it. I understand you have an issue with it. I'm just saying it's a pet peeve that you're trying to moralize right now.
But I'm not trying to moralize.
Trying to make it a moral thing. This whole time has been you moralizing this thing as if I am somehow being disingenuous, making the space less genuine.
I think you are blurring the lines when you know that there is a difference. That's why I'm getting annoyed, because I haven't made any moral claim. I haven't. If you had come out to me, if you had said to me. If you had said to me, because at the same time when I said this at the beginning about the Woo Bucks and everything else, I don't think you're taking money from that. I've known that you were paid for the panels. I've never criticized you for it. I've never ever said anything critical towards you about it. My issue is how you're framing it. Now, if you're coming out and saying, yeah, you know what, this content was paid for by Brianna Wu is a political operator, or the Pact is doing this, and I do these things. And yeah, sure, it has a political bent. Obviously, it's more of a steady income, or it's got a difference to kind of like a wider scaled plan. I would have no problems with it at all. I don't think that's a fucking issue. I have an issue.
It's a moral issue. What's the issue?
The issue is the fact that the way you're obfuscating that this is just the same thing as your audience paying for something.
The moral part.
Yeah, I actually think that obfuscation. I think that obfuscation is in itself it's almost like you know something's wrong with what you're doing, because why? Because why would you paint it like this? Okay, do you think political lobbyists are the same as people who donate to a political party? If you donate £5 to a political party, are you the same as a political lobbyist or a union?
Now we're just discussing. No, obviously not.
Okay, so you do understand that special interest groups and people who are large organizations are different from a random member of the public.
And Progressive Victory ain't exactly large organizations.
Yeah, but they are.
No,
you've just said they've got bigger voices. They're way better connected. Are you
no? This is ridiculous. Brianna Wu, yeah, maybe Progressive Victory isn't as big as some of the other PACs she's involved in, but that whole shit within the fucking super PAC system because of Citizens United has made it all a bunch of murky shit to begin with.
Again, you guys are getting
You're the one that's making this sound like a conspiracy, not us.
No, I reject this. This is a dishonesty of this space. This is why no one trusts either of you, to be clear, right? Is because this dishonest framing that goes on where you paint things out and saying you're not moralizing things when the whole time you were making these morally loaded statements saying, oh, you should be disclosing this and things, which I have disclosed it, to be clear, right? This isn't something I haven't disclosed. This isn't shocking or revelatory, right? This is just information that you all are talking about. And making assumptions that you don't know what you're talking about, right? Like when people saying I'm getting paid by Wu, I got paid by Wu twice, right? They're trying to moralize this. They're trying to make
continue to get paid by her.
When it's simply not.
No, you didn't get paid by her twice. You continue to get paid by her. You got paid for a weekly basis to come to a meeting. You said that earlier.
By her? By Wu? Did Wu pay me?
Progressive Pact. Again.
See, this is the dishonesty thing.
How is this dishonest? Why do you think if Wu didn't exist, you wouldn't be a part of this?
Did Wu pay me, in your opinion?
Huh?
How many weeks did Wu pay me?
I have no fucking idea. Apparently, it's ongoing.
Yeah, you just said not 5 seconds ago.
You just said a half an hour ago that she's paying, that you're getting paid on the weekly to go to a meeting.
Do you understand that when people say Wu Bucks, they're not just saying Brianna Wu herself, personally, is paying people on the fucking quiet. They are talking about Progressive Pact. That is what they mean when they say woo bucks.
You are, again, overestimating people. They think, because they have said on their little streams, and I don't watch their streams, but I hear from various sources, right, that Brianna Wu is directly paying. And your whole thing is Brianna Wu has come in. This is why we tried this conversation, because your claim was that you didn't like Wu because he's come in and tried to manipulate this space.
Yeah, because she
like
came
Wu
in and
'cause
brought
she's
in
dog
progressive
shit
packs
content.
and brought a load of streamers into it who apparently she's paying weekly to go to meetings to put out a type of content, and you yourself said promote to your audience.
I do not, right? I am not paid to promote a certain thing, right? I am paid to go to a meeting and they ask me, like, hey, what's everyone talking about? Hey, what's
But you said to
what's
tweet
so you
out
get your
towards your
marching
audience,
orders.
right?
Huh?
You said to tweet out things towards your audience or share
about
things with your
about
audience?
the hype house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, just to be clear, I would have an issue with this if it was anyone. I'd have an issue if it was Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson. I'd have an issue if it was Biden doing it. I'd have an issue if it was the fucking King of England, God
If Tessie
save
Johnson
him,
did
doing this.
If Tessie Johnson continuously paid me money to put out certain content, would you have a problem with it?
If Tessie Johnson
Yeah.
was like part of a political organization and had like a ton of backing and like other infrastructure,
You
and
just
Tessie
bagged
Johnson,
political
if Tessie Johnson was a multi-millionaire and was paying every single streamer in this, like 20 or 30 streamers to put out like a particular message or to like to feed into some idea he had, yes, I'd have a fucking issue with it. The problem is that it's
You're free to
scale.
have that issue. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous to have an issue with
I have an issue.
getting paid.
No, because this isn't just about being paid. If you look, if a scam company came in, oh fuck, what was it? There was a fucking act.
You're doing the thing again where you're trying to make this out as some kind of scam. Can you explain
No.
the scam?
Okay, let's say that's not a scam. Okay, let's just take Raid Shadow Legends. Fuck it. When Raid Shadow Legends comes in and promotes itself using the credibility of content creators to promote to their audience, people like a game that is a straight read-off. Yeah, it's obviously bad, but if Raid was then using that information on the other side to say, look how many people are playing our game, which is what happens in the gaming industry. This is what happened with fucking Zoe Quinn. Like, there is an intermingling here that is much fucking wider, and it's not that it's a moral issue. I'm not talking about an evil. It just looks weird to people, and it makes people trust your takes less. Like that's the issue, because it looks like there is an agenda at play.
If someone doesn't trust me anymore because that's their right to do. If they don't,
It's not just about you.
That's fair. Okay.
But it's not just about you. But you're the one who wanted to talk about Woo Bucks.
I did.
I didn't even bring it up.
You did earlier when I was doing my own thing. I like in watching other things, right? But I had this in my ear and I heard you say it. Right, you did.
I think I might have made a joke about it.
Sure,
but like there's a fucking difference.
So now we're talking about it. So now you're not just grandstanding. Now you're facing pushback for it, right?
Well, we also didn't realize you were getting paid on the weekly when we said that. Like, I learned things tonight, dude. Like, what?
I didn't think you were getting like a constant feed of income.
Like, yeah, that's that is way different than me going ahead and throwing up whatever fucking rando-ass content I do, whether it's, I did fucking 2 days of fucking covering fireworks. That was the best content I did last month in terms of how much I made, all right? And I was just yelling at fireworks for fucking 2 days in a row.
I'm trying to, I'm trying to remember what the fucking app was called. There was an app a load of the like old skeptic YouTubers promoted, and they promoted it to their audience going, this is going to be a great new free speech platform. It's going to be really good. You should sign up for it. You should like use it. It's going to replace Twitter. It's going to stop us getting cancelled. And it turned out that app was built to basically silence bullying. It had AI built into it to like, it was candid, thank you, to like fucking stop people like messaging, like cyberbullying and shit. So you had a load of content creators promoting something that was antithetical to their general content. Now, I don't think that Progressive Pact is antithetical to your content, but I do think that like it raises questions when you have built yourself as a platform where anyone can speak and get a fair hearing, whether people are still going to feel that way, knowing that, hey, if they get too much of a fair hearing, is that going to potentially endanger your income? That's a view some people are going to have. And if you shut down a conversation or shit on somebody talking about Palestine in a certain way, that's what people are going to like jump to, because that's the assumption. It makes you look biased.
Okay.
Even when you're not. And I've
I
not accused you of being biased. I want to be really clear on that.
I understand. And you can accuse me if you'd like. It's just.
But I don't want to accuse you.
That's
but
fair.
I'm trying.
I mean, we could get people that do want to accuse you.
Right?
Because you're defensive on this.
Idea that someone is getting paid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Someone is getting paid to consult, and therefore we can't trust them anymore on their free speech platform or their free speech issues is ridiculous on its face, right? The whole point, like, it would be like me going to the fire.org, which is a free speech platform, and then being shocked, when they promote free speech as a political message and being all about free speech, right? And then being very critical.
Is Progressive Pact about hearing everyone's point of view?
Say one more time.
Is Progressive Pact about hearing everyone's point of view? And
you have to look at their website to get their mission statement, right? I don't know it off the top of my head. I don't know.
Okay, but in a nutshell, is it we want to hear everyone's viewpoints and have open and honest discussion from a range of political views?
Fuck if I know, dude. Okay, like I said, you can look at their website and look and see what they have to say. Okay, I'm not going to put words in their mouth. You can go and check yourself if you'd like to know. But what I am telling you, right, is the idea that to get angry, to get upset because there is someone paying someone, don't know, man. Like.
I mean, I don't think I'm upset.
Just if I may, anyone who doesn't trust me anymore because I'm getting paid to consult weekly or whatever.
I'm not upset that you're getting paid. I wasn't upset.
I'm not upset.
I knew you'd been paid previously. I wasn't upset then. I'm not even upset. I'm baffled by your framing, because you keep saying, well, this is just generous or moralizing, but it feels like any like random comparison we can draw to kind of political lobbying, and the political sphere is different. Like earlier on, you were like, well, you're a political operator, Beckett. Like, I'm clearly fucking not to anywhere near the scale of Brianna Wu. It's clear that there are other things at play here, in the same way that we understand that right-wing people paying a load of money to certain content creators, or to like Murdoch owning a load of news stations and all the news stations giving the same story in exactly the same fucking way to their audiences, and where it's carefully targeted, is a dangerous way to present media. I'm not saying you're on that scale, but I'm not even trying to attack you. I'm trying to explain to you why people have an issue with this.
Do you think that it's dangerous? Right? That's a fun word to use. Do you think what I'm doing is dangerous?
No, I just think it's I think it's disingenuous.
Yeah,
I think that you've actually done
it. Explain.
Okay, because this is what we've been explaining. Okay, it's like we made a fucking joke, and like we've ultimately launched into a 2-hour fucking conversation about this shit. You do seem a little bit defensive. All right, which is fair, because apparently we're coming for a part of your weekly employment money that influences you.
The rules, and Beckett has been.
I said that this is like what some people are.
Like,
my criticisms have been around legitimacy, Whick. Okay, that's my criticisms, right?
And then you act, oh, why are you being defensive? We're just attacking you.
Yeah, no.
I want to be clear. This is one of the reasons, like a lot of people around the time, this is one of the reasons I got pissed off with Gamergate and like fucking was like, screw this, because this is what people did during Gamergate. They were like, well, you know, they're on the same side as us. It's fine. Like, we're all in this together. And then it turned into much more than that, because that like, oh, we need to make money off it became, hey, this is how we're going to make money off it, and other interests pushed like just a little bit, just a prod in certain directions, but then it turns into things and then it snowballs. And if you want to see the research and data for that, I'll dig it up because it's been written to death about.
I'm sorry, I was making a DM. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Basically, when this happened with Gamergate and everyone started to make money, like off special interest groups, their arguments were, hey, this is fine, right. We're all on the same side. And then it snowballed into the alt-right being introduced as kind of this fun, nice thing that's just an alternate form of right-wing media, until eventually you ended up with Richard Spencer turning up and like Charlottesville and everything else. And there is a direct line. It's like, it's not the whole picture.
Is that your accusation here that this is happening?
No, it's the fact that when like I'm not fear-mongering at all. I'm telling you,
this horrible thing happened. Gamergate. Oh my God. Buzzword. Gamergate.
No, now you're now you're reframing. Yeah, I'm giving you an example of the fact that I'm being consistent.
Dude, you're just trying to gin up this fear.
No.
Okay, are you gonna let him talk?
I didn't leave Gamergate when this happened. I gave up on Gamergate when this started to happen because something that should have been, hey, we care about something, turned into, hey, we can make money off it. And I think if you're on a platform where you're trying to be like present yourself as unique, what's the word I'm looking for? Authentic, which is the core to a lot of content creation. It is amateur hour, and when money and special influences start influencing those, that is a change to it. That is not the same genuine original content. It's not. It is different. You are a consultant for Progressive Victory. You're not just a streamer in his basement.
Like if I got a job at Costco, or if I got a job at Walmart, or if I got a job at if I became involved with the Pennsylvania government, maybe I won an election, right? And I'm now the mayor of a city, right? Would that change my content? I mean, maybe. But again, this is acting as if these things that we do like directly impact. So again, if you want to say that this is like,
do you think Progressive Victory expects nothing, like no outcomes, like they're giving? Do you think Progressive Victory is paying all this money to give to different streamers and content creators out of the goodness of their hearts, or are they trying to get something out of it?
They're obviously trying to get something out of it.
Okay, so the fact that they are trying to get something out of it off the platforms of people who essentially
mean that I would change my content?
I don't know whether it would mean you would change your content, but, and I've said this because I don't think you're one of those people, but my issue with Progressive Victory is not everyone is you. We are talking, like, this is the disconnect. You're feeling attacked because, like, well, they're talking about me, but I'm not just talking about you. I'm talking about what Progressive Victory is doing and why people have an issue with it. Because it's not just you, is it? It's other content creators. It's Connor. It's Vosh. I don't know who else is on that list. I don't know. Maybe I should look into it. In fact, actually, after this, I probably fucking will.
I mean, it's that. Do you want to?
Like, it's this idea, right? Like, and what I want you to do when you are looking into it is I want you to tell me where and what changed with the content. Because this is the accusation you're making.
I mean, do you want, like, literally... Okay, Whick.
They changed their content because of this. So show me.
If you want, I can probably bring the only person who actually has that together right now on. I'm not going to...
It's your show.
Do you want me to... would you mind if I know you don't like KUIHMAN. You want to bring... Okay, then I'll bring KUIHMAN on. All right, sounds good. Ivan has a funny joke, too. I just want to be clear, but...
Is he going to cam up, or is he going to do the whole thing?
Well, it's 7:30 in the morning.
Can't cam up, brother?
You toothless bastard.
Oh, come on.
Come on, KUIHMAN. Just put a fucking shirt on, asshole.
Okay. So you would agree...
Bro, I've been at this for 10 fucking hours.
Fuck all this.
Cam up, brother?
Listen, Wick.
You want to have
Becca, can you moderate this for a sec?
You would agree that it's reasonable to expect disclosure for promotions, right?
Cam up? I'll answer your questions when you cam up. How's that?
No, I'm not coming up.
Okay, then I'm not answering your question.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Come on.
So you're just basically running from any sort of.
I'm not
action
running.
position.
You have the ability right now,
No, I don't.
this instant, to get to me to answer any question you like. All you have to do is cam up.
Do you think this looks good?
Easy,
Or-
easy peasy.
Okay. Do you think this looks good?
Listen, I really want to get to the end of this. I will donate money.
I just want to know. I want to know how often Whick has disclosed the money that he's been receiving from these weekly meetings. That's what I want to
When
know.
you cam up, I will let you know.
Oh, right. Okay. So that's not something you want to talk about then.
When you cam up, I will let you know, brother. I'll answer any question you want. You just have to cam up.
Sorry, you guys can carry on then. I mean, Beckett, maybe
Okay,
you can
so
ask
you
him this question.
Don't want to.
Maybe I'll talk to you.
You're not
Beckett.
actually
Maybe
a
you'll,
serious actor, which we all
drop
know,
the
right?
petulant,
All you have
the
to do is
petulant
cam up,
act.
cam up. That's it. It's an easy peasy thing.
Can we just get through these questions? Is that all right? Look, okay. It's not like KUIHMAN's face isn't on stream constantly.
I'm just saying, if he won't cam up, he won't cam up, and that's fine.
Bro,
right?
like, I didn't... Okay, but, like, no,
for the
Guy,
sake of
like,
me-
none of us... Stop. Okay. Is this, like, are you arguing... Guy, like, I'm not asking anybody to cam up. I don't give a shit.
Well, I am.
Why? Why?
Remember Small Fry here was saying that I'm not the serious one, but now
You
it's all
aren't
about
a
camming
serious
up.
person.
Now it's
You
about
You
about
want to
camming
have
up.
a serious conversation about
That's-
this. I am giving you one single, simple condition that you would have to do for me to have a conversation about this right now. Just
All right,
cam
Small
up.
Fry. All right, Small Fry.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
KUIHMAN, I actually want to hear your questions and to go through
Yeah,
things.
yeah. My
Is what
question is just, yeah. I
But
mean,
like,
go through your
okay.
stuff. You do your thing.
okay,
Spit your shit back at.
well, okay. I mean, my main thing is like, fuck. I think aside from the disclosure stuff, hopefully Queen will throw a fucking shirt on and sit in front of a camera or put himself on his phone to Destiny thing lying down in bed. I don't fucking know. It is early.
No, he's using a good microphone, you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at my computer. I
Just okay.
Stop.
Right. Do you accept that the fact that Progressive Victory is hosting meetings, streams together with people, and like getting people together to discuss the topics of the day is probably because in the long term they're looking to influence an audience, a large audience and a diverse audience towards voting in a particular direction?
Yeah, most likely.
Okay. Do you think every streamer is honest about the fact that, because it's not just the content suddenly flips, right? It's little changes over time. That's how you move an audience. So what guarantees do you have that Progressive Victory is not going to do that? And it's interesting that Woo's left,
I can't,
because Woo set all this shit up.
okay, I can't speak to why we I have no idea. It's honest engine here. I don't know. I can speak, right? To what guarantees that I have that, I mean, they've told us that they don't want to change, like, they don't want us, they're never going to have us do something we would feel uncomfortable with. And we can decide what to cover and what not to cover, right? If we want to cover any of it, right? It's our decision, right? Yeah, so I don't know if that's a guarantee. If the terms change, and they might, then I might not want to work with them, right? That's fair. But until they change, I can't do this thing where I mind read maybe what the future will hold. If the bridge comes, and then we'll cross it. But
within the Progressive Victory Pact, what was the general opinion on the Israel-Palestine conflict?
To be clear, I can't talk about what we talk about, right? And
no, I'm not asking you to talk about what you talk about. I'm asking you from the content creators involved in Progressive Pact.
Trust me, I don't know if
I don't know everyone who's involved in it.
They're much more pro-Palestine than I am. At least that's the feel I get.
As this snake won't answer what I'm going to ask him, Beckett, would you mind asking why he can't talk about what's going on in these meetings?
I'm not going to.
Would you mind just asking why? Is there an NDA? Like, is there a contractual agreement here? Has he signed something?
Again, not going to answer KUIHMAN's questions.
Well, if Beckett asks you the question, is that fine?
Yeah, because it's
like, dude, like, I think this is abstract. Like, I'm not asking you to turn your lights on. I'm not asking people to cam up. I don't want to fucking cam up myself. I want to cam down here soon. I think it's fine. Okay, like if he doesn't
Okay,
come
that's
up.
fine. If it
No, he'll just find any way he can. To avoid
This is like
answering it,
kind of
because
Weasley as fuck.
pathetic
Dude.
little
Any way
wretched
I can.
goblin.
You have a
snaggletooth
simple
fuck.
reason. That's really
Nasty
simple.
little. Look,
This
he's
one's
spraying
not-
all over the camera, you pathetic freak.
fucking.
Oh, look, he's
Turn on your
spraying.
camera or
Oh,
not?
that's disgusting.
He can't
Oh.
turn on his camera.
Oh.
That's I talked to him in DMs. He can't turn his fucking camera on. That's
Why
why.
not?
Dude, that's none of your fucking business.
Yes,
Okay, well,
exactly.
then I don't-
That's
I
literally
don't-
it. Okay.
Stop spitting everywhere, you disgusting fuck. Fucking goblin.
Like
The
I
cat
don't,
ears are stuck. The cat ears, the glue for the cat ears are like it's really tight. They're stuck to his head. He can't turn it
It's-
on. Ruin his image.
If he
just
doesn't
like
turn him on, then I
fucking.
can't answer his questions.
Yeah,
That's
he can't-
I don't think this is an unreasonable request.
do you want to schedule it for tomorrow?
I got Destiny no opinion tomorrow, so I'm busy.
Okay, well, look, let's just like let's wrap this in like a simple way then. Do you think that okay, now Brianna Wu's gone from Progressive Pact, has that information affected anything? Does it change anything?
It hasn't changed anything that I've noticed, but I don't know the behind the scenes stuff. I don't know, right? I can't tell you because I don't know.
Does that
It
not
hasn't
seem
changed
does that
how I
not
work.
seem an issue to you? Because I know, like, listen, I really don't want to paint this as nefarious because I don't think it's evil, but the fact that you are involved in something where you are giving consultation advice, where you're promoting certain things, where you have been paid in the past, but you don't know the wider picture, like it seems
It's not
odd
my
for somebody
place.
who is admittedly quite politically engaged and like believes in things.
Yeah. If you can present me evidence that they're doing some nefarious shit, present it.
But it's not about the presentation. But you should know what the goals are.
I already told you they're trying to know, like, what do audiences like? What are people talking about? These kinds of things. How do they like to talk about? These
Okay.
kinds of-
Well, here's
Great,
my,
so
okay.
they can reach audiences and convert them to a particular political and voting point.
Okay, I have a question.
And
Okay.
So you are essentially feeding into the data machine that could be used in the future to manipulate people towards certain views or target people in certain ways. Yeah, but you are. This isn't a moral
We're
thing.
working
This
for
is just
progressive
an
victory,
awareness
which
thing
I
of what
hadn't
you're
heard yet.
involved in. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the same
I
as
like
just being a
like,
streamer on your
working
own.
for is a hard,
Like I'm not like if I'm
probably not the
talking
best
about
way to
something
describe almost
political,
anyone
it is
working in
entirely
TV,
like
for,
based
like,
around me.
contracts
There's
or
no
streamers, but yeah.
analytics that anyone's looking at going, hey, how's Beckett engaging? What's working with Beckett? How can we use that? What does his audience think? Like that's not targeted in the same way. Your audience itself and your experiences with them are feeding directly into a wider data pool that's allowing progressive victory in the long term for to initiate tactics. And whether those tactics are moral, immoral, is almost fucking irrelevant. You are not an independent individual actor when you are doing that. You are part of a wider machine.
do you think that the machine is doing something nefarious? I'll give you all of that. A political group wants to influence people politically. Okay.
I don't think it's relevant whether it's nefarious or not. I think the fact that it is happening changes what you are as a content creator.
Okay.
I think
how?
it changes what
What has
content.
changed about my content?
It's not what your content's changed. It's what your content is. What the background stuff of your stream is being used for.
I think this is just pro clutching, dude.
Okay, Wick, I'm gonna ask you this. So there's just a few things. One. Alright, I got sent this clip of Erudite on J-Stock. I don't know how JSTLK, his stream.
Okay. Well,
Where she's
show me the clip.
referring to people employed as contracted workers. Are you a contracted streamer by them?
I'm not sure if that's the technical term,
Okay. All right.
but maybe.
Do you
I
have
I don't know the technical jargon here,
Okay.
but maybe.
Well,
It's
do you have a
very possible.
contract with them? I suppose.
Yes.
Okay.
I signed a contract.
Okay.
I did.
All right. And you realize that. Wait. Okay. You realize that that's probably like. Is this? I don't know if this is the first time a lot of people are hearing about it. As, personally, I feel like I've never heard this before.
Well, you don't watch my content.
Not all the time, no. And I usually skip to like the debates and shit.
I've said I had a sponsor. I've said I had a sponsor for months now.
Did you say it was Progressive Victory?
Yes, Progressive Victory sponsors me. This is not new.
Okay.
But oh my god, it's not about the fact that it's new. Like again, it's the fact that this is where the WooBox meme is coming from. Like it doesn't need to be new.
Yeah, I don't
like.
I don't know. It seems. I'm going to be
honest.
I'm not
called any of you bad people, by the way. I am just trying to point out.
No, make your money.
But then you imply that there's these negative. You don't use the word bad, but you imply these things in a very negative light, like they're trying to influence people, gather data, and they're gathering your data in order to influence.
Well, that's
Beckett's.
Like
this does. Yeah, I've talked to Beckett.
That's Beckett's. Mine is that it makes you seem ingenuous.
Very kind of nefarious. It plays into these like tropes of.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
let me respond.
You're the one saying you're having meetings once a week as a consultant, talking about how they can like influence.
Does. They have meetings on a regular basis to consult.
Sure, yeah, but at the same time, it's okay. So you're saying that I'm positing this negative thing of. They gathering data and like learning how to influence people. So someone say no one cares what a load of Twitch poll nerds have to say. Clearly someone does, because they're paying regular presumably large financial sums to multiple people to get that information. But it's enough. Like they're still paying for it, on a regular basis
per meeting. Is that about accurate? I believe 1 to 3K per meeting. 1K on the low end.
Wish.
Oh, really? So it's not. What's the low end then, Wick? If you're okay with answering some questions now. Oh, okay. So you answer one question. Answer one question to express how poor you are. To just remind people, I'm so poor and hard done by. So poor. All that 3K just up in the air.
Okay. But the point is,
you won't tell us how much it is. But you won't actually say how much it is.
Again, who the fuck are you, and why do I care what you think?
But the other side of this,
there's someone on the internet like everyone else, Wick, just like you.
Sure. I have no.
I really think you should just talk to him. Like it's like it's like this is an insane barrier. I'm sorry,
but regardless, you're the one who's saying like I may be painting that in some way with my tone, and obviously I don't fucking like it. But like at the same time, you're the one saying you're going to the consultation meetings, you're talking to them about audience capture, you're talking to them about like what people are interested in, what gets the most results. They are doing that. They're obviously doing that. Otherwise, why employ you? Okay, unless they're pissing money up the wall, unless it's the end of the tax year and they need to make sure their budget's still there for the next year, I don't see a reason why they'd be doing this.
Do you think that that's nefarious in nature? Do you think that's a bad thing?
I don't think it needs to. Okay, well, actually, do you know what? Yes, I think ultimately I think targeted political stuff is a negative, like on right and left. I think it's as well. I really would like to hear KUIHMAN ask some questions. I know you really don't want to.
It's cowardly. That's all it is, man. Like you're just like it's like the ideas are there. He can't cam up. Like he's not gonna make content.
Then why is he here?
Bro, grimacing doesn't work with a massive fucking gap in it. I hope you
because he's like
making talking shit when you don't cam up, especially about someone else.
I cam up all the fucking time. I'm like 20 years younger than you, and 5 times more attractive than you.
Well, that's not the truth. You are like really thin. It's kind of
That's
scary.
True.
It's like
yeah, fucking you Zoomers. Jesus Christ.
But like no, I mean it's just KUIHMAN like has the largest. For me, my criticism isn't what Beckett's is. It's just that, yeah, I don't know. It seems ratty, and like again, you not like KUIHMAN say things. It's ratty. It's just that's what this is.
He can say whatever he wants. I'm just not going to answer his questions unless he can.
Yeah, that's why I think this is ridiculous. Okay, he's here. There's no fucking difference. I've had you on before where I've never asked you to cam up. I think that this is actually ridiculous, Whick.
This is me.
Okay.
Right? If you're gonna take shots here, if you're gonna take shots at how
if you want, so you want somebody to cam up, is that
while we talk?
Okay,
that's it. If you're gonna take
you want somebody to cam up,
I look
that's
like
fine.
Been doing all night, then you can cam up so we can play this game.
All right.
Okay.
I'll try to find somebody else that can cam up. KUIHMAN, I don't think we're gonna get there. So.
All right. I'll catch you later.
I'll talk to you soon.
Great talking to you, Wick. Great talking to you, Wick. You fucking nasty little creep.
Fuck off, cunt.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, man. I do not remember at any point in time, like, this being a thing you've mentioned. Like, that was, like, one of the things...
Again, you don't watch my content. You're not my audience.
I feel like there's a lot of people that are watching you, and I watch those people that watch you because I'm watching other shit. Like, a lot of the time. If I'm watching you, it's because I'm watching a debate that you're having that I'm into.
I don't say it every streams, but I say it on multiple occasions, right? I say it on multiple occasions that I have a sponsor. I'm great. I'm very thankful for my sponsor. I've said it's progressive victory several times. It's not new information.
Okay. All right. I have somebody that's willing to come up.
Okay. So. Faced.
Oh, President Sunday, we are going to talk about him linking Cherry's group chat. I would love to talk to him about that.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. As long as he comes up. All right, that's the rules. So, Sunday. Can you cam up?
Audio. Here, give me a sec. Hang on.
Okay.
Where the fuck is the thing? Da-da-da. Bear with me here.
No, you're good.
There it is.
Loved the Bad Empanaga saga, by the way, Sunday. Great content.
I love that we're all in the darkness.
Yeah, well, fucking.
This is like the guy, the dark ascetic guy is shockingly
Jesus
the least darkest. Go.
It's late.
Right.
Dark Sunday.
So what's going on? Why am I here?
I have no idea.
Basically, me and Beckett don't know enough about some of Whisk's transgressions, and you were recommended.
But whose?
We're on the progressive victory shit.
Progressive victory shit. Brianna Wu and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Do you have criticisms?
About Whick's transgressions? I don't see what transgressions he's made. I mean, he's a shit moderator. He somehow managed to make upwards of $3,000 for a tooth he hasn't replaced, but still managed to buy Baldur's Gate 3. Other than that, like, I don't see, like, what's the... So hang on, just to be clear. So you guys are arguing about Whick's transgressions, but you don't know what his transgressions are.
No,
we figured out that he's
trying to...
Yeah.
So basically, there's two different points. Rezzi, like, I'll let Rezzi say his own. Mine is the fact that Whick brought up Woo Bucks, and my general point is that lots of people have an issue where it looks like independent content creators are receiving money from a political pact and then presenting their content as, what's the best way to put it? As natural, genuine, and like centrist, or like a place where anyone can talk. And people are going to say, well, you're paid by a political organization. How independent are you? And that's what I've been trying to get through. Well, Whick's been pushing back and saying it's the same as a chatter paying you.
It's not the same as a chatter paying you exactly. I think it more speaks to Wu's incompetence that he wasn't aware, for example, of Twitch's rules about that kind of thing. But there isn't fundamentally a problem there. I think the main issue would be, just on an ethical standpoint, if he's trying to posture as some kind of cross-aisle, neutral, moderated type thing where you hear like different sides and whatnot, taking money from one side to pick and choose who gets represented and who gets represented fairly and who gets moderated fairly, that's kind of gross. I think it's pretty transparent. That's what's been going on for a little while. But
really,
like,
you think I'm getting paid to moderate people at different levels, or have or not have specific people on?
Well, I know for a certain fact that you've been told not to have particular people on, or at the very least you've been it's been strongly suggested
what?
to have particular people on.
Because this is news to me. I've never been told by anyone not to have anyone on. Well, that's not true. A lot of people told me not to have certain people on, but I don't give a shit what they say, and I have.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you don't. Which is why as soon as the Brianna Wu leaks happened, you brought on one of her friends from the group chat to do the whole hit piece on me, but you would absolutely refuse to address me directly. It doesn't particularly matter. Like, as far as there being any kind of like
I did that
legal ethical transgressions taking place.
I didn't get paid for that. I did it because I wanted to.
Oh, so you're just a coward then? Okay, that's cool. So, like, as far as there being any legal ethical issues at play, the only thing that lays bare is Wu's incompetence. He wasn't aware of the Twitch rules. I mean, paying Whick is just an embarrassing thing to do by itself, but I don't see any.
Again, you make an accusation. This is a problem I'm having tonight. Is there's a lot of accusations, but there's not a lot of like fight.
I didn't accuse you of anything.
Fight. Joke, funny. But like you said that I was paid, or you implied that I've been paid to, where it's been strongly suggested to me where I don't have.
I think looking at your channel, Whick, and looking at your numbers, there's no way in hell that you're actually surviving off those figures unless you're living with parents or someone's feeding you money. And my understanding is people are getting a small little stipend for appearing at like PV meetings and whatnot. And power to you. God knows why on earth they need you there, but I mean, I don't see an issue with this.
Okay.
I mean, the scandal here is that Whick's kind of useless. I don't really see why him having money.
Okay, neither of us have said that, by the way.
Yeah, that's just me.
Sure, now we've got 3 takes. Fuck it.
Wow. Yeah, and then, my criticism is mostly that I think Whick is taking advantage of a level of legitimacy that being online and not being sponsored by these things are, that I think is harmful to normalize.
But I've never made a secret of the fact that I'm sponsored.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've always criticized you having any sponsor with this. So
someone's asked me to ask you a couple of questions, but if you don't mind,
if it's KUIHMAN, I'm not answering them until he cams up.
It's not I'm not talking to KUIHMAN.
Okay.
So what? Just as very quickly, what does a contracted streamer entail?
What I'm paid to do, I show up a meeting every week, right? And we talk about the different things that are going on. What are some good ways to share this with our audience? Do we want to share this? Is everyone talking about? What's in the zeitgeist? That kind of thing.
Gotcha. Have you signed a physical contract?
Yes, I have signed a physical contract.
NDA?
Yes.
Okay. Do the talking points align with the policy promises politicians that progressive victory are funding and canvassing for or utilizing? Let me rephrase that. Do the talking points align with the policy promises politicians that PV are funding and canvassing for are utilizing? That's very awkwardly phrased, but you get the general idea.
I'm not paid to push an agenda.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Just very quickly, I just want to go back to those earlier questions. You say that you go to meetings, meet up, and discuss a topic and how best to like push it. That was your wording, right?
Oh,
or how to talk about something in the zeitgeist.
So, for example, right? And I can't say the specifics, right? But the initiative come up, right? And we'll talk about a lot of people are talking about this. How are they talking about this? How what are some ways that you can share it with your audience, etc. Yeah. But we're not told to share it with our audience.
Do you think that has an influence on how you?
Has an influence, like what? Like,
I mean, he wouldn't be able to disclose if it had an influence.
Any like special sense. Like we're not paid to do that.
Yeah, but you're not paid to do that.
Beckett, just to hold on one second.
Sure.
I got 3 more, just very quickly.
Sure, sorry.
Are you able to say who else is attending these meetings?
No.
No. How are they deciding the payment structure?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Okay.
Yeah, I was just given a contract and they said this amount. I was like, okay.
Cool. Is the amount you're paid determined at all by your engagement or viewership?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, cool. How much are you making? Just out of curiosity.
I'm not going to share that with you. I think I can if I
not enough for teeth, so we know that much. All right.
I think
this is just on that point very quickly. Like, just for me personally, if I was missing one of my front and side and I received $3,000 to do that, and I was getting paid to do like fucking YouTube and PV or whatever, I'd have my teeth by now. If I had to work at Walmart, I'd have my teeth by now. What's going on? Just out of curiosity.
I'm not going to talk about
it.
How long till the next one goes?
Good question.
All right.
Can we stop talking?
Does anybody else want anything from me here?
No, that's about it, I guess. I think we're winding regardless. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. Fuck it. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Well, cheerio.
Get some sleep.
Right. Yeah. I think. Okay. So again, I know you're under NDA and everything else.
NDA. God, I hate it.
It's definitely winding.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the fact that again. The way maybe it's the way you're phrasing it, but like talking about the topics today, how
I
listen,
try to be as vague as possible.
And I get that. Like it is very difficult to look at this like it's having no effects anywhere. Yeah, it seems wild.
I don't understand like why it's an issue to you, right? I genuinely don't understand because everyone is influenced by their audiences or other people in their friend groups or the streamers that they hang out with, right? The communities they're involved with, they all pressure and push narratives, right, onto their audience, and the audience pays them to do so, and sometimes pays them to cover certain things and react to certain contents. A lot of streamers do this thing where you can tweet out from their Twitters and things like that all the time. This happens all the time.
To go way back to my earlier example,
sure.
If it was a large company paying you to like talk about a particular product or a particular product type or line, I would have similar issues in that you're essentially like moving away from just being a streamer in your basement, which is a very authentic look, to something else, which is quite different. And generally, I have a core issue with that sort of stuff. But also, I think there is a wider issue here in particular with the fact that Brianna Wu herself came into the space saying, I am a political operator. We are going to talk about, like, I want to come in, talk about politics. I want to see how streamers can interact with their audiences. I want to see if that can drum up votes or anything else. She had this, like, was it the TwitchCon thing or was it the VidCon thing? One of them, where, you know, they had panels. She hosted dinners. Like, that there is a particular branding here which is wider than just your voices. And I think it's not that it's nefarious, but it's something I don't like. It's something, actually, no, I wouldn't put it stronger than that. It is something here that I think if we were talking about Fox News, we'd understand that they have particular backers and biases. It's not just Fox News wants to make a particular type of content, so they do it, and hey, rich people tend to give them money. They're paid to push particular narratives. And like whether that is happening or not, the fact that we don't know what is happening because you are under NDA and everyone else is under NDA, you can't even tell us who else is involved under your NDA. It's going to like raise skepticism or some kind of suspicion because you can say, well, this is all fine, but
Sure.
is that crazy?
As skeptical as you want. It's just this idea again that this is somehow. Again, you keep implying, and you're saying it's not nefarious. You keep saying I'm not moralizing it, but it keeps being moralized. I just don't see it being a moral issue. People want to influence other people all the time, and we do it to each other all the time. And yes, there is a difference between a company doing it and an individual doing it, and there is a difference between a $5 donator and a $500 donator, right? Like you will give them different amounts of attention, right? I understand that, but
I don't know. Like, that's literally no. There are plenty of people that like, and maybe you don't get this because like you don't do a lot of this like you to the audience sort of stuff. I don't. Okay, you can talk to the people I get a lot of money from, and the people I get very little money from. I talk to them about the same.
Do you think that's a you?
I think a lot of people do what I do in this space. I think that lends credibility and legitimacy for a lot of things.
I think that there's a lot of people who, and I understand why they do it. There's nothing wrong with it doing it. It's just natural to do it this way. That someone who's paying you more is going to get more of your attention, is going to get more of your time, is going to have more influence on you. That's just true.
People who put more effort into me get more of my attention. That's the way that works. Like said, because I'm enjoying myself when I make the things that I do.
I'm saying that 80% of people, maybe 90% of other streamers, do not operate like that.
All right. Well, I think that this space, that's like one of the things that drew me to the space. I think that genuineness is something that it's, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you're pissing away your fucking credibility.
I don't.
But like,
yeah, I'm trying to explain to you the background reasons why, because again, it's not even just what I like. It keeps getting framed back to like me moralizing. But you asked why I made the joke. You wanted to know why the joke existed. This is why it exists. This is why people are saying it. I'm just laying out for you how people feel about when anyone does something like this. It's not just you.
I think a lot of it's cart before the horse stuff. I'm sure there's certain people who do right? But I think a vast majority of the people who are going to run with the Whick has no credibility, they dislike me for other reasons, and they're just going to run with
Well, I
that.
mean, you have a
That's just how
dollar
it is.
amount like to do nearly anything with like your platform that you've built.
Hmm?
You have a dollar amount to do whatever. Like that's kind of like how much would it cost? What about like would you do a Mein Kampf stream where you read Mein Kampf and you don't disagree with it? How much would that cost?
More than you can spend.
Okay, well,
What are you saying? Are you saying?
Does that price
I'm asking
Yes,
if that price
obviously.
exists.
I wouldn't kill anyone, right? There are certain things I would never do, right? There are certain things that are just off the table. But if you want me to do like a stream where I take my shirt off, I'll do that for $50. Right?
Okay. See, okay. So that kind of monetization is something that I think I want to be careful how I phrase this. I think that does damage your credibility. I think that damages anyone's fucking credibility. Because
$50 to take my shirt off?
No. The fact that there's a price where you could be paid to read.
Honest with you. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. I'm just saying that, like, again, and I hope no one ever reaches that goal. But from a questioning and credibility point of view, there is no amount of money anyone could pay me to go on stream and openly promote Mein Kampf.
I don't believe you. I think there is an amount. I think it's an exorbitant amount.
No, there isn't. There genuinely isn't.
Someone comes up with I'm not talking $1 million, but $1 billion.
I would rather die on my fucking feet than live on my fucking knees.
I'd rather die on my feet. Look, I'm somebody.
But then again, we are anarchists,
I'm somebody
right?
who's turned down. Like
That's true.
If I wanted to make a lot of money, I could. I choose not to. I choose to work for like a company that's a lot more ethical. If I wanted to make a lot of money, I'd be working in the fucking oil industry. Like I have that option. So yes, I can say, and that's a vast amounts of money, but I don't. Like, yeah, there should be a price on certain things. And if you are saying to me, and I believe you when you say this, that you are somebody who cares about political outcomes, I don't know how that squares with there's amount of money you can pay me and I'll ride off into the fucking sunset and like Mein Kampf, it sounds good. Because that's what Hassan does. Hassan is somebody who will sell out his principles for the money. And that's why Hassan is a piece of shit at his core.
Do you know what I would be doing the whole time? I would be saying, someone paid me to do this. This is how much they paid me to do this. So I'm going to do this.
Yeah, but but again, that's not. Yeah, sure, it is.
That's the difference between me and Hassan. Hassan will pretend that it's authentic.
You think Hassan's getting paid by Hamas?
Well, I don't think Hassan's getting directly paid by Hamas. No, I have no idea. I don't want to put that accusation in either. I have no idea.
Okay.
But no, if someone...
he's getting paid by the creators of One Piece to promote it to the Houthis.
True.
Go on, Whick.
Yeah, sure. Like, I just... Again, I think that a lot of you are... Like, a lot of people will do this, like, thing where they say, oh, I wouldn't sleep with that person for $1 million. But I'm going to be real with you. If someone came up with $1 million... almost everyone would do it. Now, there are certain things that, again, I would never do, and a lot of people would never do, right? I wouldn't kill anyone. I wouldn't torture anyone. I wouldn't, like, cut anyone or hurt anyone or do anything like that, right? But just to do a segment on us and say, hey, this is a segment. Hey, this is a bit. Hey, this is a piece.
Yeah, but it's not.
$1 billion
but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but if somebody comes up to you
and says, here's a bunch of money to do this thing, I will make sure I disclose this is what's happening.
Okay, but the
time. I'm like, sure, I'll take your money.
But the point is that we're not talking about that. We're saying if someone comes up to you and says, you need to promote Mein Kampf genuinely for $1 billion, like you're not able to just sit there and say it's a bit.
It would be gross.
Sure.
Yeah.
It'd be gross. But it also, like, I think this speaks
$1 billion, dude.
Yeah, but it also speaks to core fundamental things, and like ultimately, like if there's things you believe in, I think you believe in things, right? You're not doing political content just for the fun of it. You've tanked your audience through the Israel stuff.
If I was given $1 billion, do you know how much anti-Nazi shit I could promote for $1 billion? Do you know?
Yeah, they'd always just come right back around the Nazi shit. You got the money to do that.
But the point is, if someone's paying you $1 billion, they're going to get the fucking return now.
Right? But
yeah, because it's the wider thing. Yeah, but this is because you're thinking about the single action, whereas I don't think we are. Like, if someone's prepared to come to you and pay you money for something, they expect a return of some kind on that money. No one is just giving you money for the fucking fun of it. That's the thing. It's not just, hey, I'm doing a segment on Brianna. Like, Brianna Wu's paid me to do a segment. She's paid me to do these streams. She's not doing that because she just happens to want to see the conversation. She has a plan for why she wants that conversation to take place. Because Brianna Wu, whatever you say about her, is not a fucking moron.
Okay, again, I want you to be very specific with your accusations here, right? You are accusing Progressive Victory of gathering data, right, in order to influence people's political things, and your implication is that this is a negative, and it makes people working with them are less genuine because it influences and changes the content. I want you to tell me how it's influenced and changed my content, since you know me, right, and you know my content, and you know how it's done, and you've watched.
Well, now I don't know, because I don't know what's been said in the meetings, and I don't know who else you're talking to. And it might not have influenced you, but now I don't fucking know, Whick.
Yeah, I don't know what's you, and I don't know what isn't. I don't know what.
I never know, so it must be happening. Or it might be happening. The fact that it might be happening must be a thing. Like, I promise you, right? Like, this might be happening with you. You could be getting dark money from a source that I am not aware of, right, to push an agenda. I don't know, right?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Sure, KUIHMAN's brought me into the anti-Wu pack.
No, that's literally not it. Like, I mean, I have, like, one dude that gives me a lot of money to play video games like Gothic 2 and feel like I'm going to off myself at some point during them because he likes seeing me suffer. That's, like, I'm very clear. That's actually why I play a lot of the games I do. Because that's it. That is the only thing. All the rest of it is I wake up and I say, what the fuck am I doing? I know that it's me, okay? You go into meetings that you can't disclose to us what's going on in them, or you just prefer not to do that, okay? We don't know if, like, you're getting fucking psyoped by, like, if it's, like, you know, let's say it's hypothetically, it's, like, Wu plus Erudite, and they are talking to you.
MK Ultra style.
I just, like, I don't know. We don't know. Wick, this is what we mean. Right? We don't know if they're doing Jedi fucking mind tricks on you.
Let's take a hypothetical.
Like, what?
Let's take a separate hypothetical. Okay. Your push forward, the purpose for you, I'm just going to structure this out as a crazy theory, and it's obviously not correct. But you've been brought into Progressive Pact because you're the unbiased, open debate platform, right? Okay. So then Progressive Pact on the other side with other content creators, let's say we get Wu, we get Destiny, we get Vosh, and actually let's fuck it. It's a hypothetical. And they have been primed to have a debate on something. And on the other side, on the opposition, Progressive Pact is actually giving money to other people, it may not be disclosing, to prime that conversation. Or they're bringing in much more controllable opposition, and they bring them onto your platform, which is billed as an open discussion place, but it's all been pieced together in the background, so that conversation has at least an 80% chance of turning out exactly the way they want it to. Now, you could argue that could happen organically, but for the purposes of a political pact, they don't want the chance of organically. They want it so they can use it for something else, whether it's influence, whether it's data research, whether it is something down the fucking line. It doesn't matter. We do not know what Progressive Pact's Progressive Victory's intentions are. We only know that they obviously have them because they're paying money for it, and these are serious people.
I don't even care about what Progressive Pact, like, the intentions are. At this point, I'm wondering what your intentions are. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's not something I don't know. I don't know.
You were wondering what my intentions are?
No, yeah, now, after this conversation, I don't know how much is you, and if you're getting fucking psyoped. Wick, I don't think
I'm getting psyoped?
Yeah, absolutely. I can frame conversations. How? Okay, in the meetings. That's what I mean. It's the meetings. Yeah, like, the meetings.
What is...
It could be the meetings. I don't know. I don't know how much is you. I don't know how much is Progressive Pact. I don't know how much. Like, it's like the erosion of me being able to know what is you and what isn't. When it's some nameless schmuck in my audience, who gives
like, I don't know how much is you and how much is these fucking spicy chatters, KUIHMAN. I have no idea. I have no idea how much what you're saying is influenced by your audience right now. I don't know how much is you, and I don't. That's.
I'm just gonna be honest, man. I didn't really think that you would go ahead and say there's an amount of fucking money that you would read Mein Kampf for after you've gone ahead and said the shit you've said to some of the fucking people you have over the last goddamn few months. You're a fucking piece of shit.
Right?
No, get the
fucking piece of shit.
Yo, you're a fucking asshole. Fucking shut the fuck up. Go ahead, get the fuck out. No, get the fuck out. I don't fucking give a shit.
Bye, bitch.
What a fucking cunt.
How did you end up more angry than I did?
It's gonna be really soy if I say it.
Yeah,
because it's gonna be really lame if I say it. I thought we had some fucking standards, man. That's it. I don't know. I'm sorry. This fucks me up, dude. Like,
look, I'm gonna
like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm sorry. Like, no, my brain is wrecked. How the fuck can you do this fucking just say, yeah, man, you could fucking pay me for that shit? Like,
I want to be like, I'll be honest with my disclosure. Like I said this with the Gamergate thing. I'm a gym fan. I do have different standards. I don't like the massive money making online. I don't
give a shit about somebody making money, but like, it's having a standard, and that is a bare minimum. Fuck, I said it as a fucking joke, and that's what the bait he fucking bit. What the fuck is that shit? I said it as a joke because Evan DM'd me it, and I was like, oh, he'll just say, oh yeah, I wouldn't do that. It's like, no, I'm a fucking spineless rat fuck.
He DM'd
what a
me
fucking
like,
spineless
bring me
fuck,
on.
dude.
I can't believe you read that. Look, I don't know. Fuck. The thing is, you know, look. I think I'm pretty open with my biases. I obviously don't trust Woo. I obviously don't trust any political PACs. I don't trust think tanks. I know, like, people like, oh, you're moralizing. I don't think this is a moral argument. I'm not saying it's bad or evil. I'm just saying it's fucking weird. Like, there's something about this that seems odd, and it's again like the.
I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I'm not any of that. I am so fucking disappointed. That's it.
It's like,
I am beyond disappointed. Okay, that's all this is. This is food shops telling me that she's a pedophile, but instead somebody's saying, "Hey, I got a money amount that I'm gonna go ahead and put out propaganda to fucking yeah, dude. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit." I'm sorry, man. That's just like that's where I'm at. I'm triggered out. I need to take like.
I was fully happy at the beginning of this, just to be like, yeah, no, fine, I don't...
Yeah, it was like a joke. We made a fucking joke. We made a joke. We make jokes here. We make jokes here, and people vomit out. Sycophantic fuck.
It was just a general thing. And then, I don't know, when he latched onto, like, it's basically the same thing as a chatter, I was like, it just sounds sus. So you're making it sound like there's a shadowy cabal. Well, Whick's talking about having secret meetings that are like controlled by an NDA. I fucking hate this space. I'm going back to commentary.
No, you're not.
I'm sorry.
Shut the fuck up.
I lapsed, Matt Pet. Please take me back. Forgive me.
Beckett, you're never leaving me. We're not in this space. We're in this weird middle grounds, and it's the worst.
Oh, holy fuck. We're taking Beckett. True, Xylee.
You're not taking
True.
Beckett. It's mine, you dumb bitch.
I need to bring you over to commentary.
I hang out with them. I'm not gonna ever belong. I don't ever want to belong to a group. That's what. Why? No, let's be fucking clear here. Like, I think one of the reasons why I like. So I've done this for a long time, right? It's like I did. What was it? Tarot. That was fucking. That was bullshit. I did. That fucking Clint Claw area for a while. That was bullshit. Just people being disingenuous, all sorts of just crazy shit. I ended up getting so pissed and done with it that I just like nearly quit. Kid, you, Whick, end up being people that bring me back in because it was like, oh, people that are, I can trust that they're gonna say what they're gonna say. You know, like, yeah. That's just where I'm at, dude. I'm just like fucking like.
Can we bring KUIHMAN in?
Yeah, you can bring KUIHMAN in. He's gonna call me
can you come back?
Yeah.
Joe, fuck it. KUIHMAN, come back.
We're bringing Evan in too.
All right. Hey, buddy. Well done for the triggering question.
I'm just curious. He said like he'd do anything to support any price amount to read Mein Kampf, and I'm sitting here going, well, he constantly talks about how great the Jewish people are and how they're not doing anything wrong. I'm like, this is going to be.
It was going to be a joke. I thought it was an LOL. Ah ha ha.
The whole fucking thing was just to like make fun of the fact, like, oh, Whick would literally do anything.
I want to be clear. Yes. I do not think Whick is taking money for his political opinions to change. I don't think that's the case.
He's taking money because he's a snaky little fuck. That's what he is.
Okay. That's yours and KUIHMAN's words.
No, it's just the fucking fact.
Guy, I don't.
And he's not
like I got shouted out far more, and other people are being far meaner.
I will shout at you, Beckett, because you don't play enough with games with me. That's the only reason why I shout at you.
I'm playing Power later. I'm waiting for an egg to hatch, Evan.
Yeah, I am too. I found a dragon.
Okay.
40 hours.
KUIHMAN.
Hello.
Thoughts? Because you've looked at this more.
He just confirmed things that I already said. I didn't know they were on the NDA. That's a new one. Mm-hmm. But everything else is stuff that I'd.
Yeah, I know you've said it. I just
heard.
Never seen the full throttle of it, so it's.
Okay, so like now we got you here, I suppose, because Whick can't tell us. Like, so what else are we missing? Like, who else is actually involved in this? So it's Erudite, Connor.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, I don't know for sure. I've not seen the group chat, so I
do not know for sure. But our assumption is this.
My assumption is Erudite, Connor. I think Londre at this point, possibly. Xander Hall was definitely in there at one point. Or I think was in there at one point, I should say. Keffels. Obviously, Destiny is sort of involved with PV, but I believe was more of an arm's length because you could see the retardation that was going down. I can't remember. I can remember the other names. Those are the ones that I'm generating. Well, let me see if I can pull this up my
I think I was ready to cam up to square off with Whick, and fucking Rezzi didn't give me that chance. He soyed out.
Well, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know, man. I was
expecting you start banging your desk like a fucking angry ape.
Okay, the people at the meetings, I believe, counterpoints Xander Hall, Keffels, Whick, and Erudite. Destiny just gets funding for the canvassing and doesn't really show up.
Do you think it's affected Connor's content?
I don't watch Connor's content.
Connor is too boring.
Well,
like President Sunday, but a Republican.
Would he be doing his counterfire show with Woo if he wasn't involved with their stuff? Probably not. So in that sense, sure, yeah. I mean, that's directly influencing content. It's probably started a whole new show for him, essentially. But I mean, I don't watch.
No, I don't know whether I'm just being old internet. It's possible. Like, I'm happy to accept that. This whole thing seems fucking weird to me.
It's total cope for Whick to sit there and act like he was disclosing this. Like, everyone knew I was getting paid. Everyone knew I was getting paid. Like, Progressive Victory is my sponsor. It's like, if you're getting paid like every week for a meeting for showing up, and that's not being regularly stated on your stream, that feels deceptive. There's an incentive there for you to espouse certain political opinions that you're not disclosing. But that seems unethical to me, just immediately off the bat. And whether he said it once, maybe he said once, oh, I'm sponsored by Progressive Victory, oh, I'm working with Progressive Victory, something like that. Sure, maybe he said that at some point. But as far as like saying, hey guys, still like there's no defined end point or anything to that. I felt he should say, hey guys, I take a weekly stipend from Progressive Victory. That should be clear. That should be. I mean, his audience should know that the guy I'm watching is getting funded weekly by Progressive PAC because that should be.
I'm gonna be honest.
I think there's some real fucking cope from some people I've seen in chat. I rarely do this. I rarely give a shit. But people are saying, "Who cares? It doesn't matter. No one cares who people think on Twitch." Like, obviously they fucking do. Like, I think you might be retarded if you think they don't, because they're giving money to something. They're not doing this for fun. It's fucking infuriating. Like you've got to understand. There's reasons behind this. Like, you understand if a right wing
assumption that that the beliefs are being represented accurately and. I just think that's the sort of thing that you should be clear with your audience about. Me personally, I think, just like any sponsorship or any.
If you want to make money, you should sell hats like a good, honest person.
Yes, exactly. Or hoodies.
True.
Hoodies. I own 3.
I do actually.
Or nooses.
That's
going up in business right now. I'm gonna get in that market.
I'm not talking about you, Annadelle. We'll talk later. You're fine. We can argue later.
Who's that little freak Annadelle? I've seen that freaking.
Nah, and then leave Annadelle alone. Annadelle's nice. He's just very philosophy brained. But yeah, Annadelle's fine. He's fun. It's good at blood sports.
That would be a transgender from the way they were talking, but now the way you're talking,
Yes.
it's not. Oh, it is.
No, it is. Not. I don't know what Annadelle identifies as. That's why I say it or they, because I don't fucking know.
I'm not trans. Annadelle's.
Evan, all right,
Oh,
Evan.
they're not.
Stand up, Evan. Stand up.
I'm standing up.
Stop.
They just look that way.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
Fucking shut up. Stop it. Stop what you doing. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's bullshit he wouldn't talk to you because you weren't cammed up. Sorry about the cat ears getting stuck. It does seem a bit.
I just don't know what it's obvious to anyone remotely familiar with the situation. That's just a gay power play to try and avoid answering questions as like a last ditch effort. This is a way I can look good and not have to answer the questions. That's what he's trying to do there, because like if I were to cam up, it's like what are you proving here? What's the point? Like I'm gonna go at your appearance and what are you saying back? Like you still like what? It's not like I'm gonna come on and I look worse than you. So it doesn't prove anything about the whole taking shots at appearance. It's not like people don't know what I look like. It's not like I'm concealing it or being like insecure or some shit. That's clearly not the case.
I will be honest. I've been pretty calm, but the fact that at one point in the conversation it was like, "Well, you work for the government, don't you?" I was like,
"Oh yeah, the fact that he fucking
I've never confirmed or denied that."
As if that's remotely relevant to a payment that he's receiving directly continuing.
Yeah, I'm literally
being
sitting
a
here.
Streamer.
I'm like, do I look like I am capable of getting gainful employment? Look at me. Like, obviously, like it doesn't work. Like that's not. I don't know, man.
Because that's a little.
He's just
fucking
a snake.
Shitty. I'm going to be honest. That's a little shitty. On the off chance that, I could, on the off chance that I could have said something weird or named the company I work for. Because I keep it vague. Because
because it's just better that way. Like
it's government sponsored. But there's a big there is actually a difference there from working on like a government contract to being a political operator.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Right? Like
there's literal legal rules with how PACs and stuff like that work to begin with. So I mean,
I'm not under contract to talk about things in a certain way. British spy confirmed. I hate this shit. Like
I'm just glad that Wu's Wu's pro-Semitism is something that can be bought and paid for. That's about what I'm glad to know now. I'm not really, but
I want to know why Wu left. Because now that's a question. Why was Wu leaving?
Yeah, why did
because
Wu
that's she's brought people in.
She's getting too close.
I mean, it comes up to me like Wu was essentially asked to step down because of the fucking just horrific, constant public flailing and awful PR she has, just like routinely. That's how it comes off to me. Because I mean, what was she doing like just a few weeks ago? Like when the Yemen shit kicked off, she was immediately piping off about Yemen, just like arguing with like everyone in sight. I just can't imagine that Progressive Victory are thinking, oh yeah, this is what we want our strategists doing on Twitter, fighting with literally everyone in a...
I think they might relook at their contract now that with Whick, now that they heard that he'll read fucking Mein Kampf for the right price.
I could get them to...
Well, Food Shops does it for free.
This is the fucking point, though, isn't it? Like people who pay streamers, historically speaking, whether it's left or right, are paying for... Like, this is what happened with the whole BreadTube stuff. They're paying for an authenticity to be presented to their audience. It's why you had fucking people making videos going, we need to destroy the capital, we need to help the workers rise up. This stream is sponsored by this company, and it looks fucking ridiculous.
Sponsored by Amazon.
Wait, have you guys seen the new Progressive Victory adverts that are obviously made by DGG?
No.
No. I kind of want to.
Rezzi, you've got to pull this stuff up, man. 1 minute. Let me find this.
I would read Mein Kampf, not because of it's because I have no money and I need money. Unlike Whick, who gets paid like $3,000 a fucking week or some shit.
Allegedly, and I don't.
Allegedly, God forbid the Toothless Wonder fucking tries suing me for defamation.
Oh, sorry. Pixie, Straight Raid, and Lycan, I believe, are all also receiving money from Progressive Victory.
What the fuck is this?
Plus Evan.
What in
Williams.
the, what
Pull
in
the
the
shot
lit
right now.
here? No, I got you. What in the literal fuck is this, my dude? Fuck. All right, give me a sec. I'm gonna
Top
share
10
it.
anime betrayals.
Yeah, I'm sharing it. Here we go. All right, everybody can see it.
Also, people know me as not being
No
mainly political
fucking-
streaming, so like that's why I would read Mein Kampf, because it's
Okay,
out of
okay.
left
Evan,
field.
shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Okay,
No,
you
let's-
goddamn
press play.
retard.
Press play.
Oh god.
早々に決着をつけさせてもらう。発見。二章。シラグ。君は強い。それは君の技を受けた時に分かった。シェラたちは役に立たない。だが6人なら。
Holy fuck. Okay.
Isn't this epic? Isn't this so cool? Don't you want
Bro.
to just Pokemon go to the
Bro,
polls
this
after
is
this?
a minute long. This is a minute
There
long,
is-
and it's less than a minute long, and it's not even a short. And they published
There is-
it on their channel. Okay, literally, Ron
there is a joke
DeSantis
here
got them to
that
publish
I
the fucking
desperately want to
neo-Nazi
fucking
shit
make, but
on
we
a
get
fucking
all of us
hidden
banned.
thing.
I fucking
Oh my
cannot
god
believe
in heaven. What is going, dude, oh my god, no, fucking Trump's winning this year. Oh god.
I think, do you know what? I think
Oh, God.
progressive victory is a fucking right-wing psyop.
This
There's
has got to
no
be a right-wing fucking
way.
psyop. There's no way. There's absolutely no fucking way. This is real.
They are. There's another angle after this.
ここは俺たちが相手をする。今のうちに逃げろ。まさか早速君と戦えるなんて。
ちょっと何胸ときめかせてるのよ。
いい。勝手に戦うな。サボテンの現実。
悪く思わないでね。地の利はこっちにあるんだから。私用心深いの。その私が姿を現したってことは。
Fuck.
Bro. Oh
Yeah, the other
god.
one's
Oh my
not
god.
quite as good as that one.
Why
And,
is this
it's got
happening?
It's got Evangelion music in the background on the other one. I've put
Of course it fucking has. That's how you get the kids to the polls. Fucking like early 2000s anime.
Well, 90s anime in the case of Evangelion, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
right.
even-
Oh fuck! Now you're just making me feel old. Shut up, Zuma. Fuck's sake. God damn it. Fuck. Yeah, show us the Evangelion one.
Yeah. So if you just go on the channel, it's,
Go on.
it's on there. It's the latest
Where is
video.
it, buddy?
It's not just on the channel.
Just on the
Yeah.
channel.
Fuck.
If you go to videos.
Making him work for it.
That's all hands this Saturday.
That's it.
This is it.
45 views.
1 day ago.
I get more views than this on a video with like on fucking Cope and Seethe.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with
Yeah,
anything.
but that's also a part of your community as well. So there's already
They're a
community
political pack.
Yes. Yeah, this is
Maybe I'm worrying about nothing.
okay.
Holy shit, this is what happens when you hire Wick to do consultation on
You can't-
outreach,
you can't
isn't
pay
it?
for
Like, fuck.
I'm fucking
authenticity.
losing my
What if you
mind.
made it like Naruto? That was Wick's suggestion, his personally.
there. Peru.
Okay, real quick.
Oh, fucking.
Hello, everyone. Our next All Hands event is set for this Saturday, February 3rd. We're looking forward to sharing community updates and laying out our plans for Q1 of 2024.
First, we'll start off the event by recapping some of Progressive Victory's successes across 2023. Then, we'll lay out new projects and initiatives for Q1 of 2024, like our plans for canvassing in the month of February.
Like, is this
Is
the...
that Lycan?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Wait. Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
I don't know
so
who
that's
the
one
voices
question.
are. This is just like, okay.
February.
So is this them
We look
just
forward
like
to
laying
providing
out what
team
they're
updates
doing
and
this
discussing
year?
how community members
Yeah,
can
yeah,
contribute
That's
their
it.
Like I said, this one's nothing interesting. It's literally just that they used.
Bruh, like there's so much like just weird. Oh my god. Like, I don't know. I don't know. We're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
The
I take it
man
back.
who sold the world.
yeah.
I take it back. There's nothing to worry about. This is just fucking retarded. This is.
The
is
thing,
people-
it's ineffective, which is
people back,
nice.
apparently.
Thank God it's ineffective, but like, fuck me. Dude.
in paying.
Well, is it? Thank
All this
God,
money
because I don't want to see Trump
serving
elected.
kids.
Well, I mean, I
You
guess
know.
we'll see. You know, that's the next episode. Ding, ding, ding. It's like the fucking roundabout fucking meme. Yeah, there you go.
Like, can anyone make like a serious, like, stillman reason for why you would be paying Whick a weekly fee for political advertising or political consulting?
Useful idiot.
What? Why on earth would? Yeah, but useful for what? What use?
The cheapest, probably.
But
I think because he is in the middle of no. I think it's because he is able to, like, just genuinely. I think it is because he is known as an independent middle ground platform where people can come and view their views, view their whatever their views are on a diverse range of topic.
But no
yeah,
one
but it doesn't. But it doesn't. But actually, when he started getting paid by the Pact or like when Wu paid for the first stream, that was when Destiny was on a bit more regularly. His views were better, and that platform still exists, right?
Well, I mean, but his views were never like that good, and I'm lost as to what the reasoning is here, other than basically, while Brianna Wu was a PV, she used that as a way to like get her little, get a little friendship group with who were the content creators that she felt were clouted or, in the action, basically wanted to be included and bought away.
Well, even if the intention was to build that fucking group, and it seems to be, and I don't believe that Whick took his marching orders from Wu. I've seen no fucking evidence of that. If that evidence exists, show it to me. That's fine. But I'm not saying other people didn't, and I'm not saying that there weren't other things going on, because I don't fucking know. That's the problem. Look, the meetings sound really shady. I think it's the phrasing.
Wick can't even tell you what's going on. He keeps saying, like, "Oh, I can't say what's going on. I can tell you what's happening," but he can't actually tell you what's being said in these meetings. He's under NDA. So, what's the deal there? If they were telling him to do something, did he even say it? Like, I don't understand what the arrangement is here and how he can pretend like he's being transparent when he literally cannot tell his audience what ideas or what, quote unquote, parts of the zeitgeist or whatever he's saying, what they can discuss in those meetings or what they do discuss in those meetings. So how is that transparent in any way? It makes no sense to me.
We made a fucking joke and it turned into what this is, and I'm just like, my brain is broken. Like, it's what?
Well, that's just standard behavior, though, isn't it? Like, anytime someone makes a, other than me, obviously.
I listen to parts of your shit. Sometimes you go.
But this is what we said at the beginning, right?
Okay.
Like, Wick feels like he is a different person now to the person that we were hanging out with before. This is because, again, I was talking about progressive victory, and it was like, well, I'm doing this. I'm like, yeah, but people have an issue with progressive victory. It's not just you. You're not.
Obviously, it changed Wick.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the money that changed Wick.
Yeah,
I don't think it's the fucking money that changed Wick. I think what changed Wick. I think Wick changed because of Twitter. I think it's the multiple interactions, and I think
that might be it too.
I think it's majorly the Israel-Palestine stuff, and I think that some of this might have started with the Max thing as well.
What Max thing?
Political pack. I'm getting corrected on political pack. Okay, whatever, sure.
Can we watch a Wick classic clip? One of my personal favorite from my collection.
Yeah.
You guys are saying
this is the last one, but I gotta go offline. I gotta do anything other than talking about this shit a little bit.
Kidology changed Wick. Oh, come on, Hoss.
Would you rather be playing Gothic?
Yeah.
I've played that. I would not.
I'm gonna be honest. I did a fucking maxing thing on it. It's actually going really well.
Okay, well, let's. If we're gonna watch this clip, let's watch this clip.
It's the last clip.
It's since DMs.
And then I'm gonna figure out what I'm doing next.
Crying in the corner with Rezzi. The next thing.
Can we get Tom on?
Why would we get? Don't need Tom.
I like the way you DM'd, messaged me in the chat, as if I have any fucking control over this.
All right, all-time favorite Wick clip.
Couple minutes to watch this. This is
What am I doing here? What am I even fucking doing here? Seraphex, thank you for the sub with your Prime sub. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Bilderberg. I really appreciate it. So yeah, we are, and this is the cake, by the way, gang. I don't know if you can see it. It's poorly written, but that's okay. Don't judge me too much. It's a small cake, but it's a cake nonetheless. It's nice, it's hot, it's gooey, it's messy. And if we get enough, again, right in the face, right in the pie hole. I'll leave that there for now, right? It's not huge, but it's messy enough. It'll get the job done. It'll get the job done.
Sounds so sexual.
Yeah, how am I supposed to feel, right? What am I...
Here we go.
Like, it's very weird to know that most of the peers that I work with, most of the peers in the streaming world, are all at least 10 years younger than me. What's that about, right? Am I too old to be a successful streamer? What do you think? I don't have that energy, right? I don't have that 20-year-old. I don't have the retardation of a 20-year-old, okay? I don't have that level. And I think to be like a big, huge success in streaming, you need a level of retardation. You need a level of dumbness, okay? Of just
He's just too smart to be a big streamer, guys. He's just too smart for it, guys. He would be successful if he was just dumber.
Imagine, this is the thing, like people getting bullied by Redditors. I don't think you should be bullied by people you can easily shove into a locker. I think that's fucking ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry. If getting bullied by the Twitch, the fucking chess club of the internet is the lowest point, at that point, maybe it's time to write the note. I'm sorry. Like, fucking just write the note and be done with it.
Invest in one of my nooses.
I said this earlier. Like, I think people need to really analyze their online behavior and work out whether if they wrote a note of some description, anyone would even read it. And if the answer is no, it's time to stop. It's just time to fucking stop. Fun enough.
I would read Wick's note on stream, 100%.
Yeah, you would.
I would take that scalp.
For how much money?
Free. He would do it for free. He'd do it for pleasure. Like, that's the truth. Okay.
With a grin on my face.
Yeah.
There is just like another 30 seconds or so of this if you try to play a little bit extra. I'm just talking about how he's too smart.
We're gonna keep playing it. I'm gonna make my closing statements and go from there.
Stupidity. It helps you in certain ways. It helps you to succeed in this space. I really do believe that.
It's gonna be entertaining.
I think that people who are too smart don't succeed, or it's much harder for them to succeed. Let's
be fucking real here. It's not about intelligence. It's not about any of that shit. Okay, it's literally being able to be entertaining. The reason why... So shut the fuck up, Evan. I'm the streamer. Give me my goddamn time. The reason why Lav and people like that...
I'm gonna kiss you.
The reason why his shit does well when they're on is because, I'm sorry, they're probably more interesting than your average nutter that's out there. Just like, that's what content fucking is. It's nothing like that. It's like, I feel like his birthday happened, this was, what, August, right? September? Something like that?
July, I believe.
July? Okay. Yeah. His birthday fucking happens, right? And then we get to see him finally take the strongest position ever, and it's just like left awake, where now it's just like, yeah, everybody's just like, fuck, dude, like, you were like kind of going there, but like, fuck me. What a fucking, like, this is like like, it feels like it's kind of a high for him to like just crash.
I mean, his career was dead in the water when he decided he wasn't doing, like,
because
drama and all that shit anymore.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's just doing stuff.
What I was gonna say, Rezzi, is like, does this mean that my brother can be a successful streamer?
No, it's because he's your brother and your genetic lineage is fundamentally incapable.
Beckett would get that joke, but
no, I know, but I know you, so that's like why.
I'm trying to be nice, Evan. I've only got so much fucking patience tonight to be nice to one person at a time. Okay,
yeah, we're doing it close. So, all right.
We'll put him up, and we'll have him 1v1 Whick, and they'll both be successful.
Oh, Evan, dog, you're not that interesting. Stop fucking talking. Holy shit, bro, I'm losing it. Rezzi, please play the clip.
You can point to examples where they have, right? Obviously, But for the most part, it's not smart that gets rewarded here. Let's look at Pearly Things as an example. Have you guys seen what she's been up to lately? Have you been following her arc? Seeing her go on Piers Morgan? I forget the name of the show he does. But I don't usually watch Piers Morgan, but I was turned on to this by a friend, and I watched it, and it was one of the most painful things I have ever seen.
I mean, I think he's done now. I think he just calls Paul down, and then that's pretty much it. So.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, at some point,
can we just see what one of his recent panels are like? Just grab one and I want to go to the middle of it.
Boom. Fuck bad. No, that's not a good
live.
one.
He doesn't post segments ever. Look, these are all 9 months ago. Go on live.
All right, we gotta click live. Yeah. Within the last 2 months, here we go.
Hey, CL, how you doing?
Hey,
yeah,
I think we might be interrupting Wick's.
Yeah,
Wick's intro.
we just literally just went live on my end.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Shoot ahead.
You know
40
what?
minutes.
Hello, chat.
You were
What?
Just skip into the
flip ahead 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Currently is. That's with the oligarchs that took power after the insanely corrupt privatization.
Here's the difference, though. Okay, so there's some similarity in some sense to the privatization of Russia, but an important part is that these aren't general shares. Okay, so when Russia privatized a lot of its industries, they weren't given like 100% to the workers. There was a certain share that was indeed allocated specifically to workers of large firms, but a lot of it was general shares that was broken up over against the entire.
Doesn't this take you back to the kill stream? Don't you feel like you're watching the Kumite right now? Oh man, this takes me back. This is the classic 5v1 Destiny debate type content.
I'm just, I need
politics debate panel shows.
This is
right I do need to bring up
presenting Gamergate to Electro Boogaloo. How many views does this have?
I do need to go ahead and talk about Zencat in chat saying no cams, Whick lies, but you know, where's the cams? Where's the cams?
No, to be clear, the reason he wanted KUIHMAN to cam up is because KUIHMAN is taking a load of shots at the way Whick looks, and Whick that was his, like, whatever we want to say, that was Whick's reasoning. Because if he's taking
his teeth are actually jokes about the scam. I'm gonna reframe that. Those weren't shots at his appearance. Those were the actual social commentary around the scam that he played on his audience about a year ago now. That's not.
I disavow. I don't think there's enough evidence to say it's a scam. Yes, like
how long has to pass before it's a?
I don't know. Whenever Keffels gets put in jail.
Like how long after him saying it's urgent and essential does it have to have been until we say that he misled people?
Why are you doing this to me, KUIHMAN?
I'm just curious.
I don't really fucking care. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like,
look, I'm gonna be honest. Look, I think I'll put it this way: if it comes out that he spent the money on something other than his tooth, which was what the GoFundMe was for, I think that is a deeply shitty behavior in exactly the same way that anyone who does that with a fucking audience is deeply shitty. And this is, you know, and I've said this about, like, I used to take paid content like a year and a half ago, and then I wouldn't deliver some of it. It's the exact reason I stopped doing it, because I was like, I'm not.
Damn, you piece of fucking.
I know, I was an absolute piece of shit, and I recognize that's why I stopped doing it. I made it up to people in other ways, hopefully. The people who paid for
blowies.
There's also Survivor stories about Whick coming out in Spicy Chat tonight as well, I've noticed.
What do you mean Survivor stories? What the fuck does Survivor stories mean?
Bro.
It's not looking good for Wick, I'll be honest.
Okay, what does Survivor stories mean?
No, we're done. I need to. No, we can. Posting. We absolutely can. Okay, the thing is, no, I realize like where this goes is that right now this is the transition to the next episode, and you guys are like trying to belabor that, right?
Okay, fine.
When is this next stories coming out, KUIHMAN?
Well, I've just seen in the Spicy Chat that apparently, according to Ginger Ramoth, Whick does not ask for consent before touching legs, which is me personally. I always say, "Man, would you mind if I touch your leg before I touch a woman's leg?" So that's I'm worried.
Do the AI anime girls respond to you quite quickly now? How's that working?
Listen, they're programmed to not give their opinion.
We don't talk back.
Cool. That sounds
okay.
That sounds interesting. Fuck. Okay. Well, like, this has been fun. Are we done? Is that the end of the Whick content? I'm
gonna be honest. I'm not watching fucking shit.
No,
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna even watch this. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know how much of it's like. The thing is, it's like I watch wrestling to be entertained. I'm not as entertained as much as I'm like, trying to.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. There's something there that I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm demoralized. My heart. I hate this, but
needs a hug.
So I want to be clear. I don't hate Whick or anything. I do think this is a bit fucking weird. I know he has to make money.
Disappointed. That's all I can say.
I fucking hate that guy. I know. What a nasty little bastard.
I know, bud. I know. It's okay. Right. Like, the thing is, a lot of people do, and I'm just disappointed beyond all belief. So. Final words, everybody. Shout your shit out. Let's go. All right, wait. Squander wants one thing played. What is this, buddy? No, I'm not looking at this shit, you. No, I'm not looking at that shit. I don't care. I'm not looking at the fucking picture of Whick leg touching. I don't care. No.
Oh, come on. This is,
It's evidence.
Oh, come on. I don't fucking... Listen, I want to hear Jim.
I would feel traumatized if Whick.
This is. You guys know this is fucking bollocks. Come on,
this is
funny.
She said he didn't ask. He didn't ask. That's what she said.
Okay, look, I don't want to. Oh fuck! If I have to hear one more conversation about victims or anything else, like January's broken me. I don't give a fuck anymore. But sure, Ginger. I trust Ginger's opinions. Ginger was very based on the Destiny Darius stream, so.
I didn't watch that shit. That's too much for me.
Oh, it's terrible. Like, it was a mistake to watch it on stream.
Last words. Evan, first.
Whick is a scam artist, and he is probably worse than Hassan because he's actually misleading people while being paid, while Hassan is just retarded. And then people point it out, and he's like, guys, I'm sorry, and shit like that. So that's what I think.
All right. Cool. I'm gonna put your channel in the chat. All right, and bye, KUIHMAN.
Yeah, nothing to say. Just a total Sunday victory tonight, as usual. Sunday 24, total president sweep. Sunday 1, all that. Yeah, that's all I've got.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you for coming. I will take
Based. Let's
Thanks for having me on.
Have a good one. Take care. I'm really sad.
Yeah, I get it. We can do a bit more coping and seething. Speaking of which, cope and seethe. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna do my closing statements, and I'm probably just gonna go live again. But I want the video to be out. So
sure.
Thanks.
What are you covering next? Give a promo for your next bit of content.
Yeah, Gothic 2. We're gonna play Gothic 2 over on Kick. Yeah, I'm gonna test. I actually need to test something. I want to see if I can get dual streaming good bit rate for Kick and YouTube. So if people want to check out my YouTube, that's actually probably a pretty good idea, because we're probably going to be over there doing a test stream, playing a little bit of this game Gothic 2 that I'm dog shit at, but I'm getting done with it. And that way the VOD is posted, and then people can, they want to see me. I'm too sick of this, man.
Sure, buddy.
All right, what do you gotta say for yourself, you little shit?
Okay. Thanks for having me on. This was fun. Fuck it, I enjoyed this. It was good. It's been a while since I've been able to get heated.
It is. Yeah, it sucks to get heated. It's but
yeah. Well, look, I enjoyed it. It's blowing off some steam. I'm on holiday now, so I'm around for like a week and a half.
Yeah, seriously though, download GTFO. We are playing that.
Yeah, I'll do that. We'll play some. The one thing I will say is very unusual for me, I know, but I do want to plug Cope and Seethe. I am streaming over there on YouTube Fridays and Saturdays, and maybe some other days as well. Do come check it out. That's where my main content will now be. And yeah, thanks very much for having me on. Love you, buddy.
Love you too, man. You take care of yourself.
Man.
I'm so sad.